Alright, it's time. Another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 839. For March 31st, 2025. I don't remember if there were 30 days in March or 31.
You had to do the little rhyme.
In my head, I just ran through it real quick.
Just counting your knuckles.
That must be a Canadian thing.
I was going to say, I don't get that one.
So every knuckle has 31 days. So January, in between the knuckles is February, March, in between knuckles, April, knuckle, May, June.
That sounds very... Like, I just repeat the rhyme, 30 days has September, April, June, and November.
I know. Hey, I just know that that's a way that some people have learned as well.
I want to see that dude pull up his knuckles. How many days does this have? Shit, we got to get to November.
It was a weird thing because I knew the song, so when I read that online, I was like, that can't be right. And then I did it, and I'm like, I guess that is a way.
Alright. You can also count the planets on your knuckles when I punch you in the face.
You'll be counting planets, but seeing stars.
Oh, snap. We should be in an action movie. Anyway, I hope somebody has something to talk about, because, like the two games I spent the most time with this week, I can't talk about, so...
Assassin's Creed!
I forgot to post my ad on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Which is broke right now, by the way. Like, it hasn't loaded all morning.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, well. That's just too bad.
I saw all the ads pop up on Twitter this week, like, thanks for providing me code, Xbox and Compulsion Games. Like, it just feels so disingenuous to me. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, agreed.
You mean the people that will be sitting in the South of Midnight chair that is provided them, or with the South of Midnight controller, more accurately, I should say?
They'd probably send them a crouton puppet. I don't know if you've seen the little sidekick you get in the game.
I've barely. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not seen a single screenshot of this game.
I previewed the game back in February.
Who's composing the music?
Man, the music in that preview is so good.
Well, it's the guy who did Remember Me and oh god, the game with the corner gun. Get Even.
Oh yeah.
Streets of Rage 4, Greedfall.
It's not even just like the music itself, it's the fact that like every stage whatever has like a song that plays like with full lyrics and shit.
I mean that's one of the best sequences in Get Even.
I don't know. We'll talk about that game next week. In my brain, I'm like trying to like dissect what I saw in the preview and what I've played of the game. I'm like, I should probably just shut up. I'll get myself in trouble.
You said about this whole podcast.
Yeah, you don't want to get yourself in trouble. Yeah, that is true, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
People have been telling us we should probably just shut up for coming up on 20 years now.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna, but I'm okay with it. You have a right to say that, and I will defend your right to say that. All right, Anthony, tell us about Assassin's Creed, because I know that's all you've been playing.
Yeah, it's still good. That's all I got to say about it. I'm very impressed. I like the combat. I like the world that I'm exploring. I do find it funny that there's still people that are having problems with this game in terms of there being a black guy in it, I guess. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what the grift is anymore about this game.
I don't think there is a grift about it other than like it's ruining the company. Like they were excited about how many players it had, and then all of a sudden it's like Ubisoft stock tanked, and then they got bought, and it's like it's all Assassin's Creed's fault.
Yeah, sure it is. It's not years of mismanagement at all.
Right. It's not literally every other franchise they have except for Assassin's Creed.
Or the fact that they
Yeah,
released
except for
like 25 live service games that don't even exist anymore.
uh
Right.
one of them and the one that still exists is a fucking I want to say Bitcoin NFT game
Oh,
that no
Oh
one
no, they have a
plays.
bunch that exist. We just don't hear about, like For Honor and the Division and Rainbow Six
Well,
are all like kicking
For
hard.
Honor Division, yeah. Listen, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the pieces of shit no one talks about. Like,
X
because
Defiant.
if you look, I thought that was one of the games that got shut down.
It is. That's what I'm saying. The ones that got shut
Oh,
down.
okay. Yeah, it's just like you're never getting Beyond Good and Evil 2.
No, I never expected to at this
There-
point.
No, I know. At this point, I'm just saying, like,
What still
that
cracks me
fucking
up
family is
about
just
Beyond
a
Good and
mess.
Evil 2 is like we had that whole Joseph Gordon-Levitt grift of like, give us your free art for a game that's
He did
never
that
coming
for
out.
he did that for Watch Dogs as well.
Yeah,
Watch Dogs Legion.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't remember what that show was called, but yeah, it was just like the more you think about it, you're like that. Why would anyone want to do that?
Yeah.
Be
Oh
able to
my
live
God,
their
my
life.
art's in the game. Nobody knows it's mine, but it's in there.
Yeah, exactly. Just for reference, they paid people, and it actually names who the artist is in for all this graffiti you can do in Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. When you choose your graffiti, it tells you who it's by.
That's the way to do
that's
it.
a good idea.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like that's how business should actually go, but the billion-dollar company wants everything for free. That's the reason why AI is such a bullshit, too.
Yves Guillemot.
It's a go. Alright, that's it. It's a very fun game. What am I going to add to that?
I really need to get back to it. Like, I've had to spend so much time playing other stuff that I have not. I think I'm like 16 or 17 hours in that game.
I have other
About
things
how
I
far
need
I
to
am,
play.
17 and a
This
half.
game is so goddamn addictive.
It is very good.
It's very good.
I'm just sad that I haven't had time to play it. So I was telling my wife I was playing a new game that I liked. She's like, "You beat Assassin's Creed?" I was like, "Oh hell no!"
I just
No,
find
this
it
game
funny
is
because
enormous.
Yeah,
the people who were upset about a black man in as a samurai, um, you can tell they have not played the game. One, because it makes sense story wise. Two, oh my god, he kicks ass. I know Terrence said that, but like, it's two very different games, and I really like that there's like a big shift on how you can handle things with two characters.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I hope
I think
that's kind of a thing they continue with.
it helps break like it's nice because if you get tired of one of the things with stealth games is it's easy to get tired of stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's easy to get sort of uh annoyed with continuing to have to sneak around all the time. And so the nice thing is if you get tired of the stealth, you can just be Yasuke and fuck shit up.
I do find it
Bust
very
down
interesting.
doors.
And he's fucking giant.
Yeah,
No,
he's enormous.
he's huge. I find it very interesting. I think the game changes, and I'm not just talking about like mechanics. I think the game world changes when you switch to him, because if you notice, it has to load like the world again.
Yeah, it does.
I think there's like they make some exceptions when like it's Naoe versus Yasuke of like, well, more shit can be broken.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
that makes
That
sense
would make sense, yeah.
because he can run through those gates and everything.
Yeah. So I think the world changes
Yeah.
because you get that whole like loading screen where it like flips through
Yeah,
the
it's
world.
quick too. But
No, it's quick, but it's definitely reloading the
It is a
world.
loading screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back and play that game.
Yeah, fuck winter. That's the other thing. I mean, that goes for real life too, but
By
I've
the
seen
way,
snow more than I've seen any other season.
I'm just going to add, since I also played Assassin's Creed and don't have much else to add on top of what Anthony said, but I do want to say God bless them for including the ability to customize your gear so that you can sort of make it look like whatever other piece of gear you have.
Yeah.
Because I found some really awesome looking gear, and it's worse in just about everything than the stuff I already had. Like some of the epic gear in this game, so the purple gear looks better than the legendary stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
The one that got me is that I've found a bunch of Yasuke stuff, like legendary helmets, and they all look like garbage. So I can switch back to his original helmet.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
I've got some gear on for him right now that's legendary that I'm not a super huge fan of.
there's one that looks like the padding for a football helmet, and not a fan.
All right.
I mean, what are we gonna say? Hey, it's probably the best Assassin's Creed game, as most are when they come out. You know.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends. Like, some of them didn't jive with me, but it's definitely my favorite since Odyssey, by far.
I mean, this is beaten Origins for my favorite, and I can't believe I'm saying that because
I can't say that yet about Odyssey, because I literally put like 100 hours in Odyssey. Like, I really, really liked Odyssey.
I just love the story that's being told.
Oh, the story is incredible.
Story is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very
Because
good.
because you finished chapter 1, without saying specifically what happens, Ryan.
Yeah.
That fucking hit me like a freight train.
Yeah, it was a cool ending to that first act.
Look at this
sure,
motherfucker in chat thinking this show is dry without him. Fuck you.
Who?
Terrence.
Fucking Terrence?
Yeah, he's talking
Oh.
shit. Well, you know what? You ain't here.
Finish your pasta salad, bitch.
I don't even remember what we were talking about now. The story in Assassin's Creed. Yeah. The end of Act 1 is very, very, very good, very impactful. Nice way for them to wrap up the first part of the game for sure.
Yeah, and that's when it feels like the game actually like kicks into gear.
Yep.
All right.
Also, I'm just because I'm just changing season, thank God. And I'm wondering if they're still using their like lighting system that they made for Far Cry 2.
Maybe.
Because remember how you would it would show you like the time lapse over the day.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're like still the only people that frequently do that.
I only remember two things about Far Cry 2. Burning down the forests and malaria. Yes.
I love Far Cry 2. Oh, the Jackal. The Jackal's one of the best quote unquote villains.
I didn't love walking in Far Cry 2 because that's all you fucking did.
I love that entire game.
Like, your car broke down 6 miles from the town. Walk your ass back.
Guns jam.
See, what was weird with Far Cry 2 was everybody talked fast. And nah, nigga, let me finish my sentence because I got a list for y'all. Because y'all talking about some bitch asses and all of this. I'm trying to make some pasta salad for my mama who in town. Y'all better calm down. Now, Far Cry 2. In the cutscenes and shit, everybody, hey, let me finish, boy. Everybody be talking fast.
You don't get this. Listen. Okay?
Was that your hammer? Yes. Order. Quack, quack, quack. That was
the silence button.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, but no, yeah, Far Cry is good. Assassin's Creed is great, too. Y'all, I'm happy everybody is past Act 1. I've been waiting for y'all to get there and it was difficult to write this review because they had me so handcuffed. There was so much stuff we couldn't talk about. All that stuff that happened at that, couldn't talk about it. Couldn't talk about how, certain characters meet and stuff. And I'm like, damn, some of this stuff is kind of important. Like, that's the story, but okay. But yeah, that game is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it's excellent.
And that's wild. Anthony is stuck on Winter because I didn't see Winter for the longest time.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I still haven't seen it.
Oh wow!
17 hours in, I have yet to see Winter. Like I've yet to see snow.
Oh my god,
snow is dope.
Listen,
I love the
snow.
snow.
Slows you down.
It does. Yeah, it does. So like for Ryan, who's running in the forest, yeah, I wouldn't do that stuff in the snow because you're gonna go real slow. You got to use your horse. Where you going through like off the beaten path?
I've still not used my horse at all.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This motherfucker really liked Far Cry. He likes walking.
He do, man.
He likes Naruto running through the bamboo.
I need to one of the missions is I have to kill a bunch of bandits. So you're goddamn right I'm not riding the horse. I'm picking every fight. Problem is I don't know who's bandits and who's not.
I just jump off.
This guy kind of looks like a bandit. Dead. Oh, number did not increase. So
why don't you get on the horse and then go into the stance and shoot arrows at them as you ride around? That would be fun.
Yeah, you could do that. You could change your stance on the horse.
I could do that. Alternatively, I could just murder everyone.
Also, I heard y'all talk about how Yasuke is a giant, and it's so funny because when you play as him, especially later in the game, that's literally how they refer to him. Like he is like you'll hear people whispering about Oda Nobunaga's giant. He's like, "Oh, you're Nobunaga's giant." Oh my god, like that's literally how they talk about him, which is crazy.
He's definitely a giant.
He's a large man.
But you know what? And thinking about it, I would imagine that is how those people would have reacted to have never seen a black person who,
who's knocking the door down,
the majority of them,
kicking a guy in the river.
I don't think he was the fucking Incredible Hulk like he's depicted here, but I'm sure he probably was bigger than them.
If I seen a motherfucker kick somebody and he went 30 yards, I'd be scared too.
I'd put my sword down. Fuck that. Nah, you know what, bro? You got it.
Just sheath my sword and be like, we're good. We're done.
No problem here.
He was a retainer.
Get you some tea.
Drink.
Yeah.
What you need? Shoot. But no, that game is good. That story, oh man. Oh, I'm so excited for y'all I can't wait for Ryan to finish it.
That's the reason why I find it funny when all the racist guys are like, he was a retainer. Like, yeah, I would retain a giant black man too if everybody else was a small Asian person.
Exactly.
Nobunaga had some ideas, clearly.
Right, and that was the thought process. Like, well, shoot, yeah, fuck, let me get this bodyguard. People do that shit today. How many people have big black men standing behind them because they like,
you look 70% tougher.
Yeah, automatically. And I know because I've posed as that big black man behind somebody. Like, we've tried this. Like, you automatically look tougher. So, yeah. But, the story is so good. I have so many questions about the current time, like I can't think of the word, Lord, the present timeline stuff, and I won't go into it. I think y'all should have experienced some of the
I'm not sure.
Now. Yeah, it's really you don't get a whole lot, but it's weird. And I'm like, what the heck? They still haven't gone back to explain anymore to where I'm at, and I'm almost done with the story. So I'm curious.
They always seem to forget that stuff the longer it goes on. It's like, oh yeah, there's a current day thing.
And then they'll remember, and they'll be really good, and then they'll be like, oh shit, right, the last game we had that, and then oh shit, Abstergo was this, and now it's this.
Yep.
And it's like, all right.
We were supposed to get a game that was set in the present day, where we, back at the original pitch.
I know. I know.
That was a long
time
ago.
It'll never come.
Yeah, that died a long time ago.
It'll never come. Yeah, no, I know.
It was also a tech demo for like Prince of Persia originally, so
Actually, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what the first game was supposed to be.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, okay.
But you don't have to pay Jordan Mechner money to pay for the Prince of Persia license.
I get no money.
Is he a dick? Do we not like him?
No, it's not that. It's just it's his creation. So
he's saying that Ubisoft was trying to develop their own, so they wouldn't have to pay for the license.
Yeah, I got you. I see. Okay. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, y'all. Tell whoever was talking about their stuff. I just was.
That's all they talked about. Nobody's played anything but Assassin's Creed.
Well, that's not 100% true. I just said I wasn't going to talk more about Assassin's Creed because,
what it's been talked about.
Yeah.
And its awesomeness.
All right, Anthony.
So
Do you have
a couple other
anything?
things to talk about.
No, I got nothing else.
You got nothing else? All right. Well, are you here, Terrence, or are you still making pasta salad?
I'm still, but I'm gonna go ahead and go so I can get mine out the way because I got one more thing I gotta do. This is a very professional show, as you guys
I
can
can see that.
Yeah. Okay, so Assassin's Creed, yes, I don't have my list in front of me. I'm so sorry. I played I think I talked about this last week. Yeah, I did, because the first Berserker, the longest title ever.
Yeah.
I got the review out for that. I ended up, I do like it. I saw online, and I went to easy mode because, I'm not.
Like, how do you even do that? Like, when I booted it up, it won't let you do that.
You got to die. You got to
die
well,
that should be
3 times in a row. Yeah, you got it. So I didn't get the prompt until I got to the boss fight with the Blade Phantom, and it was awful. And yeah, once you die 3 times, it gives you the prompt for.
Yeah, I've heard people say this is like harder than some Souls games, and I'm like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing in some of the reviews and stuff, and it would take like probably a Ryan or a Jay to play it for us to know, because I don't know, because I'm not beating my head against that wall. The first chance I got, I went to easy mode, and I enjoyed the game so much more. Like, it's so much better once you can do that. Oh goodness, what else have I played? I played Dave the Diver. I played hang on, let me open this up so I can see. Oh, I went back to Death Stranding. Because I need to finish that up before the sequel comes out.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm on chapter 9. Who?
My friend just finished that.
Oh, nice.
Very excited. More people are finishing that game.
It's crazy how it all makes sense at the end. It's wild.
And I'm waiting for that. I'm not going to lie.
It'll happen. I promise you, it will happen.
Okay, yeah, because I'm waiting for that. Because it was wild about this game too. Is when it was first announced, I was very much in the camp of, nah, fuck that. I'm not playing a daggone walking simulator game. Like, no, thank you. I'm cool, and I'm so glad I came around, because it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. And I mean, you are walking around delivering packages, but there's a whole lot of.
Have you done the trip to? And this is not a spoiler. Have you done the trip to Hartman yet?
Oh yeah, I'm on chapter 9.
You say chapter like I remember it,
I don't remember where the chapter was, but like his house up in the mountains.
Yep, I've already done that. Yeah, I've done that, and where you had to go back. So I'm at the last stop before Port Knot City is where I'm at, and Amelie is waiting for me. Supposedly going to be waiting for me on the thing. Like that's when I told y'all that I wanted to shoot Higgs. Because that nigga appeared and took his mask off and had this whole fucking chat with me, and I was like, God, I want to kill this nigga. Not because I don't like Troy Baker, but because
it just looks like Troy Baker.
It's some of that. Because when he took it off, I was like, oh, they didn't even change his look at all.
Well, Kojima doesn't do that. Like, everybody in the game looks like the person who's playing it.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Even Conan,
voice actor, because Hartman and Deadman are not voiced by who they look like, and neither is.
I think that was what's his face's voice, Deadman. I didn't think. I was like, that's not what he sounds like.
It's pretty. It's pretty close.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
He just running around in his fucking directing coat.
And then Nicholas Refn, whatever, the guy that the director of Driver. And or Drive, I should say. And,
okay.
Only God Forgives. That's Hartman. He doesn't voice himself, and Jeff Keighley doesn't voice himself either.
That's shocking. Wow.
That's perfect. It shows you exactly where Jeff Keighley's just one of those random guys you could find at a bunker.
Yeah, just like Conan.
Yeah, well, but Conan at least voices himself.
He does, and he's wild and wacky, and I love that sequence.
And then Junji Ito is actually one of the people you can run into, but he doesn't voice himself either. I don't know how much English he actually knows.
That's cool. Yeah, no, the game is great. But yeah, I'm I'm close to the end. So I've gone through the snow. I've come back through the snow, and I got all this. It's called this fancy tech that you get, and I can't. It's crazy too because as I'm playing it, I'm like, damn. Ken was like, yeah, I played this before. No, everybody else, it wasn't no helpful nothing out there. I was like,
There was
you
nothing.
struggling for real.
There were
No, it was
roads.
brutal.
There
Man,
was
listen,
nothing.
I came off the mountain and somebody had left a truck there. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
No, dude, there was literally nobody when I was playing. Like, I built a road and it's where I got lost in a chapter for like 5 hours. Like, I built a highway so I could like carry the what do they call it, the whatever that shit is.
Oh God, what was Mama is fairly well known now too.
Margaret Qualley.
Yeah,
she's in the.
I
Substance.
didn't know who she was. Yeah, the Substance. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know who she was, and then it's like, oh, now she's this big actress.
Oh my God!
Like,
the other
Mama.
The other girl,
Mama.
Oh shoot! I knew I had seen that chick before when I saw that movie. I couldn't place the face.
She's supposed to be the main character in OD or whatever, the one he's making for Xbox that we'll never see.
Yeah,
and
then
I forgot about that.
What's her name? The girl you meet at the very beginning of the game, who's with you the whole time. What's her name?
Oh yeah.
Fragile. She's in a Bond movie.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Yes,
she's in the last Bond movie too.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah, she was, but she was. That was not one where, like, she had already been in the Bond movie when she was in Death Stranding.
Oh, sure, but you didn't know. Like, I hadn't seen
like the Margaret Qualley. Like, I did not know who she was.
No, I had no clue.
She's way bigger than I would have expected, I guess, because I just wasn't expecting, to see her in a giant film that did very well.
That movie's fucked
really
up,
bad.
by the way.
I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I've heard.
It definitely is.
That
it was
movie
interesting. It was
fucked up. Like, we're talking trauma levels of weird at the end. That's a weird movie.
It is very weird at the end. But I liked it. I thought it was good.
I will never forget that movie.
Was robbed. Really? Well, yeah.
Those are my favorite movies.
What were we talking about? I forgot.
Maybe
right,
we're talking
about Death Stranding.
That's right.
And how awesome it was or is. What else did I play? I messed with the trial for Black Myth Wukong, and then ran into the boss fight because it's like you get like a 2-hour trial, I guess. And I got into the boss fight and got whooped. And I was like, this is probably going to take longer than this trial. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. So I'm going to have
Which
to just
boss
buy
fight
that.
was it?
I think he had an eagle head. He used fire. He had like a flaming staff.
This checks out.
Oh yeah, no, he's got a wolf head. Yeah, you can
wolf
actually,
head. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you can. He's one of the characters that you can transform into. You unlock his transformation when you beat him.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, yeah. He set me on fire, and I was impressed. I was like, "Oh, damn! You can! Oh, wow! Okay, that's nice." And then I died, and I was like, "Yeah, this is probably gonna take a little bit longer than time I got left on this, so I'm gonna just wait." But yeah, I'm gonna go back to that. Beautiful game.
Yeah,
like man.
Yeah, and again, I'll make the point. I know you don't like subtitles, but that game is better played in Chinese.
So I kind of think you're right.
After that intro,
yes, because I prefer, yeah, ooh, buddy, I prefer more often than not dubbed over subbed, but because I don't know how to say this without sounding like uppity, but because I like performance and acting and shit matters to me, like because the English stuff was way over the top. So yeah, I think I will do that one in China.
Fucking
to be fair, he does have that like kind of sound to his voice, even in Chinese, because that's what he's supposed to sound like.
Right.
He's supposed to be kind of like a trickster, right?
Right.
I'm on my journey to the west.
But it is much. All the voice acting is much more tolerable in Chinese in that game, for sure.
Got you. Yeah, I'm definitely going to switch when because I'm going to restart. But it's it's good. And I ran into like I saw him and I just ran away. The dude with the big head, the wandering white or whatever that everybody
yeah.
I saw that nigga and I was like, nope, fuck that. I heard about your stories.
That's like the knight in Demon Souls when you see him down the hallway.
Yeah.
And you're like,
they got one like
nah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
that is
he's
one thing I will say that I haven't mentioned is that I am still playing in what's the mode they call it again? Immersion mode.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I have not switched back.
So you know what? So I did dip. I did try that out. That is nice. I like the immersion mode. I don't have a problem or the same problem that y'all had with the voices in this game. Some of the the NPCs and stuff you meet are really bad, but that's because I'm assuming that English is not their first language and I'm suspending belief. Obviously it was a job, whatever. So it's not that bad. But I do like the Portuguese, Japanese, voiceovers that they have on there. That's nice. That's really cool. It doesn't have like that black and white filter that which I guess is probably not the same kind of game really. Ghost
well,
has.
it goes
Yeah.
black and but you also lose the impact of when you actually do your assassinations.
That's right. Yeah, because that's super cool. I love that. That's probably my favorite one yet of that assassination scenes. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Murder
super
time.
cool. Murder time. Played some Monster Hunter Wilds. Really looking forward to play, with y'all, because I feel like that's where the fun of that is to play with people. And I saw, because I look at like the time played, I guess Drew done surpassed my time at this point, because I had like 2 days and 14 hours or something in there, and he's like at 2 days, 20 hours. I was like, oh, well, that's fine.
I mean, a baby, work, and sending me memes I don't watch. I'm surprised he has enough time to put that much time into that game.
I guess that's the rest of his time is hunting monsters. That's what he's doing.
Probably doing two simultaneously. He's got one eye that drifts off to look at shitty memes on Instagram.
That dude is like a meme magnet. It's crazy.
Oh my god, is he ever?
I gotta get back to Monster Hunter, but it's gonna have to wait until after I finish Assassin's Creed.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's so much
or
stuff.
Until I need a substantial break from Assassin's Creed, which is probably more likely to come first.
I can see that because if you're playing it, like I think you said you're just at 17 hours, and you just finished
17 and a half ish.
Yeah.
I heard like another podcast talking about that game this weekend, and it's so funny because they're all like 10, 15, 20 hours, whatever, into the game, and they haven't even got Yasuke yet. And like the way they're talking about how the game is a certain way, and I'm like, if y'all just go get Yasuke, you'd realize that shit is going to happen.
Yep. It's so, oh my God, I see so many posts that are like that. And I really just want to tell them, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to spoil nothing. Cause if y'all just play the game, like I'm telling you, it'll get there. Like you ain't even started the game yet until you get, like the real game. You know what I mean?
The fucking hinterlands all over again. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, true story. It definitely is like the hinterlands.
Go get that motherfucker.
There's so much stuff to do.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem for me is like I can't help but be distracted by 6 castles and 5 different viewpoints in an area. Like I'm gonna have to clear those out. I'm in the process right now. I should be as Yasuke going to my next story mission, and instead I'm like, man, you know what? There's a whole bunch of castles and viewpoints up there that I haven't cleaned out. So I better go ahead and clean those out, I guess.
And what's crazy in this is the castles like restock when the seasons refresh. So you can go back and rob them again in the new season. But don't do that because that's going to slow you down even more. So
you should have told me that, Taryn.
You just ruined the game for me.
When it came out of my mouth, I was like, fuck!
See, now that you say that, I'm like, I don't even fucking need to clear castles. They're just going to fucking restock anyway.
No,
because you need those resources.
You don't. Yeah, I was gonna say you need resources to build houses, and
Yeah.
and
Bitch, I ain't
resources
been
you
back to my
collect-
homested in like 6 hours.
Oh, you
Oh, you're
should.
missing
Listen,
If
out.
you do bonuses.
it becomes
Yeah, you
important.
can also upgrade all your shit there.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
It does become important because I realized that I was like, oh shit, no, I need to upgrade the
Like,
forge and
your
start
rations
upgrading these
become-
weapons and shit. The rations and stuff.
The
Yeah.
rations become more potent, I guess you could say. Like you actually get more healing off of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's buildings that can like give you more experience points. There's ones that you can find more. Like you get a ton of different buildings that can buff your play styles and stuff.
Yeah,
And
there's shrines that increase your shrine bonuses.
Yep.
I've not. Can you picture me praying at shrines for bonuses? No, I'm using Yasuke and walking straight into the buildings and just murdering everybody.
Just murdering.
So yeah, I don't
everyone.
need the shrine.
This is the way.
There's only one group of people that need to pray, and it ain't me.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
pray just to
man.
make it today. I don't know what you're talking about.
True. Hammer said it
That's
first.
what I heard. Hammer did. He definitely said, man. What else did I play? We talked about Itemfall last week. Monster Hunter, played some more Marvel Rivals, of course. New season getting ready to start, I think, next month. I guess that's about it. Oh, somebody wanted to play Split Fiction with me. I don't know. I may play it with them. I don't know.
We never did go back and finish the fucking
oh yeah, that's right.
side stories we missed.
We got two?
One or two, I don't remember.
And then another bench, I think.
Does that have a pass with it, like the other ones?
Yeah, you can cross-platform
Yeah.
too, so you can do it across PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Yep. So, I mean, if you try to play, I'll play it with you. I'll play it with you before I play it with this other nigga, because...
That game
Oh, wow.
is,
I hope that other person is not listening to this podcast right now.
I don't care if they are. They know how I feel. Like, listen, as forward as I am with this show, this is just, this is me. Like, this is Terrence. Like, this is how I am all the time. Like, so yeah.
All I'm saying is I would feel bad if I was listening to this podcast and they're like, Anthony comes first.
Listen,
I
man.
feel insulted for this person.
Listen, I guess if you want to, that's fine. You're a good person. Look at that. But no, I think that's it for me. I'll pick up, if somebody else says something that y'all talking about. But I think, oh no, because I did. Well, no, I'm talking about that next week. Go ahead. We're good.
all right. Wombat, what you got?
All right. Well, so mostly I played Assassin's Creed. I did play some other stuff though. So I tried to play Scald Against the Black Prairie, or however you pronounce it.
Oh, is that one of those like Castlevania-looking games, Scald or whatever?
No, it looks more like an old Ultima game.
Oh, okay.
But it's got some like grid-based combat, and it's verified on the deck and it runs on the deck, but I just don't think the control scheme is really all that intuitive on the deck. So it's not resource intensive, so I'll probably just end up trying to play it on my laptop instead. Because it feels like it would be better controlled with a mouse and keyboard. I mean, it was neat what I played of it so far. It feels like a VGA RPG game, which is fun. It reminds me of a very influential period in gaming for me, which is sort of that early to mid 90s computer RPGs. So I'm definitely going to play it. I'll just probably play it on my laptop where I feel like it'll control a little easier.
Yes, the Ultima, not Ultima game.
Yeah, pretty much.
I bought this one, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the Ultima, not Ultimas. It's more like the early Ultimas. There's several other Ultima clones on the Steam store.
Yeah, most of them go for
more
a
like
little bit more
7
of
or
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like some of the later games.
yeah. So I also started Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'll say restarted because I had played it before on the Xbox and didn't get super far. And It's really good. It's also it's it's going to be sort of my play as I've got time, or am sitting around and just want to play something, but not necessarily at my console game. And two negatives I'll say about it with respect to playing it on the Steam Deck. Um, One is that my Steam Deck sounds like a freaking jet engine the entire time. And it definitely ramps the temperature up on that thing. It holds a steady frame rate and it plays fine. But it is chugging. And the other negative I'll say is that the save system in that game is not. The nice thing is that the deck has a suspend feature, right? So I can use the suspend feature rather than saving. The auto saves are actually somewhat decent, but I don't know if either one of you guys have played the game, but in order to manually save, you have to spend a consumable. There's a specific consumable that you have to spend to manually save the
Oh, I
game.
love using consumables. It's so realistic.
Yeah. So
Ink
that's
ribbons.
not super. Yeah, it's in this game.
Ink ribbons
It's
make a
liquor.
little bit more sense because it's a survival horror game. They don't want you to cheese it.
Yeah, in this game, it's save your schnapps. It's a liquor that you use to save the game. And you do save every time you sleep in your own bed. And the auto saves pretty, like I said, pretty good. But yeah, it's not super conducive to playing on portable unless you're really relying on the suspend feature, which is fine. But the suspend feature um, is on the deck pretty reliable, but I just have a hard time trusting suspend a lot of times just because I've had bad experiences with it in the past.
Listen, I had to run back in here because I got my headset on, but I wasn't in front of the mic because I wanted to tell you this. Don't trust it. Do not trust the suspend feature on the deck. Oh my God, it fucking crashes your system. I ain't had nothing but problems with the
Really?
fucking suspend feature. Yes. Oh my God. Metaphor, I suspended it, then it crashed the thing. I can't remember what the other game was. Like, I've had nothing but issues with it. Like, I don't even fuck with it anymore.
Well, now I'm even more paranoid because I haven't had any issues with suspend on the deck, and I thought it was just my paranoia from PlayStation and Xbox.
Fucking Terrence ruining Ryan's gaming
I
all over
everything
today.
right. I'm so sorry.
I do wonder if part of it, Terrence, when you play your Steam Deck, are you usually connected to the internet?
Yes.
See, I'm not
Well,
usually connected.
wirelessly. So
Yeah, I'm not usually connected to the internet when I
that might
play,
be.
so that might make a difference.
Yeah.
Because I play it a lot, like in my car when I'm on lunch at work. Um, so I don't have internet connection, obviously. So I wonder if that makes a difference.
I don't
Um,
trust any of those
Kingdom
suspend
Come?
things.
yes, the first Kingdom Come, Deliverance.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I do not like the Savior Snaps shit. Like,
Is that in the second one too?
it sure is. It sure is. Wow.
Well, that kind of sucks, but
Yeah, you have to. So I will say, I think it's more accessible in the second
okay.
one than it was with my time with the first one. I have never brewed it myself because it requires certain plants that I haven't actually found yet. But yeah, that game, man, that's the one I want to get back to because it's just really good.
Well, did you play the first game, Terrence?
Yes, not to completion.
Okay,
So
yeah, same.
I played it through probably like the midway point. Like I have met Sir Hans and stuff. But yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I didn't beat it.
Yeah, same. But I do like the fact that so this isn't really a spoiler because it happens in the first. Well, I mean, I guess spoilers for the first like 20 minutes past the tutorial. If you haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance from 2018, your village gets attacked, and you have to run away. And I love the fact that the game sort of takes what you would normally expect in a game like that and turns it on its head a bit, because as you're running away to get a horse, you see this girl from the town that you interact with during the tutorial briefly. You see there's these soldiers, 3 soldiers that are trying to attack her, and the game pops up an optional objective to save her. And if you try to attack the soldiers, they will fucking destroy you.
Oh yeah, you get killed.
In 2 seconds, they destroy you. And the death message that comes up says basically, a lad like you from your town has no business trying to pick a fight with these soldiers. Just run away. And so you actually, though, and I won't spoil it, you can save her. You just have to be thoughtful and sort of trickery about it. But it's great because most games like that, right? You're this super powered hero, and so you just jump in and kill all the soldiers and save the girl. In this game, it tells you immediately the way the rest of the game is going to be, which is, no, dude, you're just a guy. And right now, you're just a guy who barely knows how to hold a sword. The tutorial of the game shows you barely able to hack at a piece of wood. You've got no business jumping in and trying to fight 3 armed soldiers. So the game does a really good job of reminding you early on that, hey, you are not a superhero. You're just some dude. So don't act like a superhero. Act like some dude.
And that, man, that is, I learned that so quickly because, in all those games, give me a sword and shield. I'm like, no, I got this. Fuck y'all.
Yep.
No, you can't have that attitude.
Nope.
You fucking die.
Is, yeah, it's
oh, man.
All right.
It's got the sort of, it's got the chivalry, Mordhau kind of, For Honor, kind of combat where you can attack from different angles, and you have to, try to defend against attacks from different angles. And it is, the combat doesn't fuck around in that game. No. You will get killed very quickly. So it's in your interest to avoid combat when you can. Anthony, it sounded like you were getting ready to say something.
Yeah, all right, so unrelated to this, although difficulty-wise conversation, what the fuck are Guardians in Assassin's Creed? Anyone want to answer me what the fuck just happened there? Because
and I had to run back.
Yeah.
So Guardians, they're that's basically the cops. That's basically the police.
Oh,
so
good.
If you
can be wanted.
If you end up wanted in an area, they dispatch a squad of them motherfuckers, and don't try to fight them. You can fight them later when you get a lot of levels, but God.
I am fighting every one of them right now.
Oh, okay.
I've not been in this area. I do not know why they showed up. I've cut every bell down. I do not let them ring the bell.
I wonder what happened. Yeah, but see, and it's weird too, because I've gotten to the point where...
I went into a castle, and apparently they're all having tea.
Nice. Yeah, but Guardians are basically like the cops. And so,
yeah. They're also all bigger than Yasuke.
Oh, shoot. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Anyway, sorry. Just wanted to ask what the fuck I was just running into, because I've not seen these assholes before.
Yeah. So that's, pretty much it for me. Anyway.
Okay. I can't tell you about what I've been playing. Sorry.
Well, that's fun.
I played South of Midnight. I think I'm almost finished with it. I think I got 1 chapter left. And I'm also playing, it's so funny. I did a preview on this game as well. And it's fucking old as dirt, but I'm also playing the Croc remaster. So I'll talk about those next week. I did play a couple indie games. One of them I really was excited for. It's called Gladmort, and it's essentially Ghosts and Goblins. But I don't know if it's the game or like is it supposed. It sounds like shit. Like it literally sounds like you're trying to pick up a channel that's got like distortion in it. And I don't know if that's on purpose. If it's on purpose, that's a terrible design decision. But I liked what I played of it, but I had to mute it to play it, which is not ideal. Because it just sounded so bad. So I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's supposed to sound like that. Anyway. And then, you know, like Terrence, I played Overwatch like I do every week, Rock Band like I do every week. And that's really it. I went back to Atomfall and tried to play it, and I'm just like, even when you bump down all the shit, like this game just kind of boring. Like, I don't really care that much for that game.
Yeah. Same. I feel the same. Cause I, adjusted it and tried to go back. Yes, I did run back. Stop judging me. I turned down, because I told y'all last week that you can adjust all that stuff, which is nice. And it does make, the combat and stuff feel better. But I just was so bored. Like, even with the quest markers, like, pointing you straight to the stuff. So ideally, you're getting straight to the action. The action in this just is not, I don't know, it's just not fun. Like, you can't stealth because it makes the loudest breaking neck sound ever. And so people come from 10 towns over to kill you for it. It's I don't know, man. And I've seen so many people who are talking about how great it is, and I'm like, man, I wish I could see what y'all see.
Yeah, I can't. I just
can't.
I just don't like it. Like, I just don't think it's a good game. Like,
yeah. So,
I mean, it's one of those
more
games
power to
that
you.
like a lot of people will love, and I just don't see the appeal, and that's fine.
100%, because people love like Tarkov and stuff, and I don't care.
Dude, I played that one time, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" No, thank you. No, thank you, sir. I will not play this game. Oh, but yeah, I man, if they don't keep 6v6, I'm gonna be so pissed. Those games are so fun in Overwatch. Oh,
I really think they are. I don't think they would bring that back to take it away. Again, especially with that being what Rivals does. I think that will probably even bring people back if that ends up being like the permanent fixture.
It's
or
so
they
chaotic.
Their time. I don't know.
It's so fun. Like, team fights last forever. And it's just,
oh my god,
it's so fun. Like, dude, I've had team fights where like there are like no kills, and yet we made the checkpoint for the cart. Like, that's how crazy it is.
Oh, just tug of war, just pushing them back a little bit, and you getting a little. Yeah, those are fun. Those actually are fun. I like those because I don't like. As good as it is to pad your record with wins when you steamrolling people, I don't necessarily like that. I like the ones that you're describing where it's like that's I don't know, that's like a clash. Like we were out here fighting. Like not giving an inch.
Those
like I love
favorite.
the matches that end up like that.
Those are my favorite games, and like I get so many of those in the 6v6. Like if I go over to just the 5v5, it's like, well, somebody clearly does not belong here. This is very overpowered. Like, and it just rolls, and it's just like, well, it's not really that fun, regardless of which side you're on. But you get those crazy long ass team fights, and like inching the cart along. It's like, man, that's so much fun. Or when you do like I had a match where it was like 5 minutes into the game and nobody taking the first checkpoint. Like, that shit is fun.
Yep. I agree.
I hope it
I
stays.
enjoy the stuff like that.
I hope it stays.
I think it will.
All right. Let's talk about what's out this week. We've got Post Trauma. That's a game, not for you. Vargas, The Riven Realms, Age of Wonders 4, Giant Kings, Croc, Legend of the Gobos Remastered, Sol Dorado Heist, Caligo, Sociable Soccer 25, South of Midnight Premium Edition, Feudal Brothers, Tono-sama number 1. Is this game trying to kill me?
Yes.
Yes. My Little Universe, Spirit Valor, and The Renovator Origins.
The Renovator Origins.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard of the game called The Renovator.
No idea what that is.
Nintendo Switch. Anything on here worth talking about?
Is this game trying to kill me? Tries to recapture the more horror aspect of Inscription, but apparently isn't great. I've looked into it before because it's like, oh, this kind of looks like Inscription, but like from reading what people have wrote about it on Steam, it's like, yeah, it kind of feels like that, but unlike Inscription, there's not like a good gameplay loop, which I know is not your thing because it involves cards, but it's like that's a good card game with other stuff happening to it, and this doesn't have that aspect.
So I have a pair of games on the Switch that I need to bring up, and the only thing I can say is, what are we doing? What are we doing?
All right.
Think of it like a Pokemon Red and Yellow. There's 2 versions, one for the boys, one for the girls.
I already don't like where this is going. Continue.
Psychiatric prison romance, serial killer anime boys dating sim, and anime girls dating sim.
Psychiatric. I need to see how poor taste this is. Psychiatric, what was that?
Psychiatric prison romance, serial
Prison
killer
romance.
anime boys dating sim.
I'm gonna assume I'm gonna find it.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I'm going to assume you're not going to find it before the feds find you.
What the fuck am I looking at? So first of all, I think all the art is AI made.
Probably.
Well, that's not a surprise.
Oh god, I have to read you the description. 12 boys, 30 days, 1 prison. Every decision could be your last.
Okay.
Oof.
Deep within an isolated prison, 12 boys await you. They are attractive, intense, and dangerously unpredictable. Each one has a hidden story, an obsession, a secret that might you crave their love or fear for your life. They want your attention. They need your affection. But in a place where madness and passion go hand in hand, one question looms over you. Can you win them over before you become their next victim?
Oh, Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
12 boys, 12 disturbingly irresistible minds. From the enigmatic manipulator to the sweet psychopath with a deadly obsession, each inmate has a unique personality. Find out what drives them and what sets them off.
How about I just no.
What
First
is
of all,
that?
This is a bad video game.
Yeah,
For
I like
Switch.
no
They're all
as a-
wearing whatever the fuck they want.
Oh, you weren't
which is,
here for
you know,
the name and all that stuff?
No, I missed it. I got a phone
Oh.
call. I'm back. Y'all got my attention now. I'm done now. What was it called?
It's called Psychiatric Prison Romance, Serial Killer Anime Boys Dating Sim.
And there's girls dating sim.
Yeah,
too.
there's 2
Don't forget.
versions.
Uh,
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
dating sim in a psychiatric ward that is realistic would be kind of funny.
That's not the word I would
but
use,
this is
but
not
alright.
that. I mean,
It's a little-
there's definitely some interesting things you could do with that.
I mean, I remember one of my first
Everybody
jobs
has
as
a
a
shaved
youth.
head. To make sure
Wow.
there's not
I
lights.
worked at a psychiatric ward with men and women, and there were very romantic things that I have seen and heard about that happens. That, people get romantic in a psych ward. But okay, yeah.
That sounds like it should be a whole podcast by itself, Terrence. if I'm
Listen,
being honest
it
with you.
probably it definitely could be. Oh man, it's crazy. I can't imagine this game. Is it Switch? This
Yes,
has got to be
yes,
for
this
Switch.
is Nintendo
Yeah,
Switch.
of course.
Isn't it kind of sad that we're talking about anime serial killer romance simulator, and you're like, that's got to be for Switch.
Or Steam.
Like,
It's
what
got to
has
be on
happened
Steam.
to
Yeah.
Nintendo's reputation?
Oh, let's move on to the news. We will save the direct for last because there's some stuff I definitely want to talk about in there. Xbox is adding a game hub in the update preview. They already have a game hub. I guess this is just like a refined version of it.
Like the Sony thing? Like the launch screen?
No. When you like hit the A button to launch a game, it brings up a hub that shows you like DLC and achievements and that shit.
They already had that.
Oh,
it does exist. Yeah, it just, I don't know. It's weird.
All right. Okay.
I know people were pissed because like it happens whenever you hit to play a game, you got to press the A button twice. I know that's hard. I know it is, but it's still inconvenient and it sucks. Like I guess you can turn it off. Like why not make it that if you like press the Y button that it opens that or something? I don't know. It's just weird. Forza Motorsport is adding Fujimi Kaido this May. A lot of people got excited about this. I don't know racetracks, so
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know what that means.
it's apparently 10.24 miles in length, featuring 144 extreme turns. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That's a lot of turns.
Yeah.
That is a lot
Extreme
of turns.
That's a lot of extreme turns, yeah.
Man.
A PC Game Pass version of Dragon Age the Veilguard appeared on the Microsoft Store. Not shocking. That's probably coming to Game Pass through EA Play or whatever soon. Excuse me. Xbox put out a March update to the console. There's like nothing in it that I care about. Like those things are not exciting at all anymore.
They used to be.
Yeah, back in the day. EA Sports College Football is now in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. PlayStation Plus games for April. Pretty good here. RoboCop Rogue City, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. So
that's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's a good lineup.
Yeah, I might actually get to play RoboCop.
You should.
It's
a great game.
Yeah, you should.
So this was weird. According to Insider Gaming, the Nintendo Switch launch is happening in June, and it's a 3-phase rollout for games. With the first rollout being primarily first-party games at launch, the second rollout in October to November for third-party games, and then the third is the holiday season. Console and games will be hands-on for select media next week when the Nintendo Direct for Switch 2 happens, which is on, what's that, Tuesday? Wednesday? Yeah, I think it's Wednesday.
Will we be having representation at that
It's April
event?
2nd.
Did we get an invite for that? Will we be having representation there?
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're not going to be there.
I will be representing us on my cellular telephone.
Okay, I will too. Actually, I will do the same and make sure that
I should be at work at that time, right? What time is the thing? I don't remember.
I actually don't know. What's that? Their stuff is usually early in the morning, though, ain't it?
Usually like
Yeah,
10
it's usually
a.m. or
early.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bounce around the other stuff. Final Fantasy 16 has sold 3.5 million copies. Oh, I'm sorry, the the analyst who claimed Final Fantasy 16 had only sold 3.5 million copies apologized for his mistake. He said the number was an estimate and not confirmed by Square Enix.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Then why don't you tell us what it is, Square Enix?
They was like, nah, because y'all don't need to know. You want to know?
That means
buy some shares.
it didn't
We'll
sell
let you know.
as well as they'd hoped. That's what that means.
For sure. And you know why? Because they locked it to one system. Well, I guess it's technically on 2 now, but still.
Yeah, it's finally on PC, which took way too fucking long.
Yeah. I mean, 15 launched on everything. I don't know why we went back to putting it just on 1 with 16. Like, they earned a lot of money from 15 launching on everything. Yeah, but whatever.
And none of these games are still out on Xbox.
They are not. No. Don't even have a date.
You know what is not an Xbox? An Xbox.
That's true.
The fuckers ain't got shit. We'll talk about it during the Switch stuff, but like that Switch Direct this week, Like 50% of those games are not on Xbox.
Yeah,
Fucking
well, listen,
crazy.
the ones that I really wanted is, so I'm cool. I think
According to
I have to-
VGC sources, Assassin's Creed Shadows delivered the second highest day one sales revenue after Valhalla.
Nice.
And
Yeah, that's
Deserves
awesome.
it.
then they turned around and broke up Ubisoft, which Tencent is buying a 25% stake in Ubisoft. I guess they're going to take control of some of the IP.
Yeah, and they're gonna make live service games. It sounds
But
like.
what? I don't understand what that means. Take control of some of the IP. So, I mean, because you could always license an IP, but they're going to take control. So they're going to own Splinter Cell now? Well, I don't know which ones are included. Like, is that what? So they're going to, whatever the new Splinter Cell game or whatever, it's going to be from Tencent?
I think they announced the IPs that were going to go under Tencent. I think one was Assassin's Creed. I don't remember the other ones, but I know Assassin's Creed was on there. Speaking of farming out IP, here's a story for you, Terrence. Microsoft and Blizzard are looking to expand the StarCraft universe with Korean devs such as NCSoft, Nexon, Netmarble, and Krafton, reportedly with, quote, unprecedented competition to get the rights.
Oh my God. Finally. My time has come. Oh, finally. Yes.
You hope.
You hope.
I hope. But that's that's more news that they've talked about StarCraft than what?
Since
15
Phil
years?
wore
So,
that
yeah.
shirt, yeah. Night Dive Studios.
Who were the devs
Hold on.
again that they mentioned?
That's right.
Ken?
Oh, sorry.
Who were the devs that what?
Who were the devs they mentioned they were trying to work with for Blizzard IP?
It is.
I know you said NCSoft.
NCSoft, Nexon,
Nexon.
Netmarble, and Krafton, which is the PUBG guys.
Oh man, can you
All right, so aren't
Can
most
you-
of those either live service or
live
MMO?
service?
Yes.
Mobile live
But-
service StarCraft.
But all of those have, I'm almost certain that they have games that they have made or published or whatever that is not live service. Why y'all try to kill my dreams? Don't be rain clouds. Okay, hope.
Just-
Okay, we're bringing hope for hopeful.
Listen, you already smashed my dreams twice on this podcast.
Hey, you know what? You're right, homie. I deserve it. All right, you're right.
No, I just NCSoft is the one that stands out to me there. Because I know they did MMO stuff, so
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. I was like, ooh, do I finally get a StarCraft MMO? Do we get
Maybe.
World of StarCraft?
maybe.
Galaxy of StarCraft.
Galaxy of
it would have to be
StarCraft?
called. Yeah.
Night Dive Studio CEO says they're still optimistic to secure the rights for a No One Lives Forever remaster despite Monolith Productions' closure.
That made me excited. I know I think we talked about those games a couple weeks ago. They're so good.
If anybody is going to do that game justice, it's going to be Night Dive. Night Dives are the kings of those old, like, 90s shooters remasters.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red. What's that?
The theme song to No One Lives Forever is awesome.
Yes, it is. Fantastic.
CD Projekt Red is teaming up with Scopely. They bought Pokemon Go for an IP adaptation. So Witcher Go?
Yeah, I deleted Pikmin Go as soon as Scopely bought it.
Damn.
Quick
Why?
Go.
What are they?
Uh,
Pikmin Go?
Pokemon Go, right?
No, no, Pikmin had its own mobile.
Did you delete Pokemon
I didn't even
Go?
know that.
I never had Pokemon Go.
Oh, I thought you played Pokemon Go. My bad.
Nope, I did Pikmin.
I didn't know Pikmin Go
Yeah.
existed either. I thought he...
Yeah, it's less competitive. Like, it's not like I have to capture a bunch of stuff. It was a little bit more... You could send out troops to go destroy things, but then you wouldn't be able to walk with them. So, anyways, because Scopely is owned by... oh my fucking god, really?
Who's oh my fucking god, really? I never heard of him.
UAE, United Arab Emirates. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm good.
Game Informer's back, along with the entire team. The magazine will be available again in print and digital form. Gunzilla bought the rights for Game Informer from GameStop. They're now independent without any outside influence.
For them.
If you sign up for a free Game Informer account, you get access to over 130 plus issues of the magazine. Digitally, I assume they're not going to mail you 130 magazines.
Yeah.
I would doubt that, yeah.
This is the world we live in now, but there is a Goat Simulator Direct for April 1st. Ha 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 ha.
Wow.
That's pretty funny.
Here's something I haven't said in a long time. Amazon Luna entered into a multi-year content deal with EA for Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, Dead Space. These titles are available today. The service is also expanding to Sweden, Portugal, Belgium, and Luxembourg.
I didn't even know that was still going on. That's just like their GeForce Now, right? Like their streaming.
Mm-hmm. It's basically Stadia from Amazon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Ubisoft, as we mentioned earlier, Ubisoft and Tencent established a new subsidiary. The new subsidiary includes Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, and Rainbow Six. Those are the three.
But presumably not exclusive rights to those.
I don't think so. It's only 25%. So, according to a new job listing, Rocksteady's new game, which should be a Batman game according to some reports, is made on UE5 and will be cross-gen. That's optimistic, because I'd assume that game's not out for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we still going to be playing PS5 and Series X in 5 years? 4 or 5 years?
Anthony might be.
He might have just bought one. The Legend of Zelda live-action movie is releasing on March 26th, 2027.
Starring Chris Pratt as Link.
That would be sweet.
And Julia Roberts.
I would love to
as
watch the
Chris
meltdown.
Pratt in a dual
I
role
mute
as
myself.
Link and Zelda.
I mute myself when I'm playing as much as possible. No, I honestly
I
like
appreciate that.
going back to the PS5 stuff quickly. I don't know, like there just hasn't been a good enough reason outside of Astrobot, and like that's one. So I'll just wait for PS6, and if
Another
it's backwards
one.
compatible, I'll be fine. As for this Legend of Zelda movie, oh my god, there's nothing I want less.
Chris Pratt
Okay.
as Link.
I want to give
And
you the perfect
Pratt
scenario.
As Zelda.
Perfect scenario. Chris Pratt
And
plays.
Chris Pratt as single.
He plays Link, and at some point in the movie, he squeezes in, "Excuse me, princess." Okay.
No,
Oh,
God.
no. So
You're basically
here's-
guaranteed for that to happen.
Absolutely.
This is kind of like when Sony really wanted to make a Shadow of the Colossus movie, and I was just like, don't.
Why?
Well, I mean, Sony is known for making great decisions when it comes to movies.
Well, that's true. I love that Uncharted.
Let's make a bunch
movie.
of
That's my
Spider-Man
favorite.
movies, not include Spider-Man, and make horrible films.
Yeah.
Craven.
The
I
Spider-Man cinematic universe that doesn't even include Spider-Man.
That doesn't include Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even watch Craven. Like the first Venom.
All you need to see is the
was
sequence
entertaining.
where the Rhino screams.
I like the 3 Venom movies.
See, the second and third one, the third one was just not it at all. The second
the
one
third
was a little
Would
better. But
include the King in Black.
yes, no, he's in it for like a second.
No.
Like, yeah, he was supposed. So he was supposed to be like the Thanos of this, and this was supposed to be built upon as him being like the big bad at some point, the whole King in Black thing. But yeah, he appears in it, but
Spoiler for a comic that's old at this point. King in Black is so bad, and this is the problem with the writer.
really
who
not
I know was
good.
who was in a car accident. So I don't mean to speak ill of the man. He's just recovering now. He's getting back into comics, but all of his comics pre-accident, anyways. Every time it was Deus Ex Machina that would end it. Literally, Venom has to get a power that just randomly shows up right at the end so he can beat the King in Black to become the new King in Black.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! It's so stupid. Also, Null has existed since the universe began. Okay, interesting. Yeah. He's the king of symbiotes. Alright, cool. Has a fucking scorpion on his chest. Why? Because a scorpion is kind of like a spider. Wait, it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my god. Anyways, sorry. It's just one of those things where it's like, so not only does this thing exist before scorpions goddamn existed, he wears it on his chest like a fucking mark. Like, why? Because Spider-Man has a logo, and he's sort of tangentially related because he's got to be the Venom villain, and Venom has a spider on his chest. Venom has a spider on his chest because he took over Spider-Man. This is not very hard to figure out.
Why.
Man, you going off, and it ain't that serious.
Yeah, listen. It's Null is such a it's way cooler an idea, I think, than what they delivered on. Like the story, because he's not lying. He's
the worst part of a great comic, which is called Silver Surfer Black.
I don't think I read that.
And
okay.
It's fucking great. It's the only thing I like from Donny Cates, who wrote King in Black. And it's a really good Silver Surfer story.
Donny Cates sounds like a Don Knotts villain in an old movie or something.
I mean, yeah. Anyways, as for the fucking Zelda movie, I just, you're not gonna make a good movie out of it. I'm sorry. The main quest of Zelda is rarely the most interesting. Luckily, you can just kind of tell A's story, but guess what? It's going to be. They're going to probably have. Well, they're going to have Link. They're going to have Zelda, and you're probably going to get Ganondorf because that's the one that they keep going back to, and that's fine. But the world of Zelda is made by the characters that live in it. That's the reason why Ocarina of Time is fantastic. Majora's Mask, I think, builds upon that. Wind Waker does a really good job of making the characters interesting. As much as I find Twilight Princess to be a slog in the beginning, a lot of that is world building. You're not going to get that in a 2-hour movie.
I mean, listen, the slog in the beginning can be used to describe several Zelda games, so that's not exclusive to Twilight Princess.
That one is double the length of the slog at the beginning of most Zelda games.
I feel like Skyward Sword is a bigger
Skyward Sword is the king of
That's
slog.
the one I haven't played. Okay,
HD speeds it up.
Yeah, but it's still there.
Okay. It's still not as bad as the Twilight Princess HD doesn't fix it at all. So, but anyways, regardless, And then a lot of it is gameplay. So, to me, it's I don't really care to see Link use a hookshot, but using the hookshot for the first time changes the game, right? Mario's a cartoon character. Zelda, I don't know, you have to go back to that old cartoon, and I don't know, I don't want to see that live action. That's a big part of it, too. I don't want to see it live action. They're probably going to pick a star rather than a nobody. They're going to have him talk, rather not.
I feel like at this point what's going to happen...
Look at Conan. Conan the Barbarian, the first one. There's very little talking in it. And it works. It's a really good fantasy movie. Could have less rape. That's just a statement I'm going to have with everything. But Conan could have less of that. But that's not the important part of the story. That's not where that character is built. Sorry.
I think you're... Oh, sorry, he was talking. My bad, P. Go ahead. Ken, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I feel like we're going to bitch about this for 2 years. It's going to come out, it's going to be it's fine.
That's okay. So I think that's probably going to happen. But I agree with Anthony. I think not everything needs to be a movie. And they just want money, obviously. But I think Mario, right? Mario, I think you can do a movie and it was great. Something like Zelda, I think it needs to be a TV show because Zelda is not something that you can, like Anthony said, condense down into a 2-hour, experience. Because so you're going to have to make cuts on the whole journey. So you're going to have to cut off some temples. He's going to have to cut off. He ain't going to have a Triforce, nigga. He going to have a triangle. It's going to be one. That's all he's going to be able to get.
Wait.
We ain't going to have time. to get 2 more. What?
Nintendo has said they want to make this a trilogy. Oh,
okay. I didn't know.
Triforce.
I didn't have that piece. So then it probably will be fine because now they have the. I didn't have the piece of information.
You didn't have that piece of the Triforce.
I didn't.
Like ultimately,
that wisdom,
Mario.
The Triforce of Wisdom was missing. What are we doing?
Mario is a cartoon character. He's flexible, like Mickey Mouse, which is right. Mickey Mouse. Different roles. Well, you don't have a lot of equivalents, and I know it's because of how I said it.
It's gonna happen every time. Every time.
But Mickey Mouse is a flexible character.
Do it, I'm laughing.
Mario is a flexible character. That's the reason why he can do kart racing. That's the reason why he can play sports.
Yeah.
Link isn't that character. And if you're gonna say, like, well, we're trying to make a Lord of the Rings type movie, Lord of the Rings is a far more well thought out universe than Zelda.
But you know what, though? Doesn't Zelda lend itself to the flexibility to be able to do this? Because the proper title is The Legend of, right? So all these games have been different iterations and stuff. So
it's The Legend of the Princess, not Link.
Well, true.
Sure. They're gonna. But like I said, are they gonna go and use Vati as the villain? Do you know what games Vati is the main villain of?
See, I don't know that.
Because Vati has 3 games and 2 of them are 4 swords. And the other one's Minish Cap. So they're not going to use Vati. They're not going to use Demise.
How the fuck would anybody use the obscure one? You'd put Ganon in it. Like,
it's going to be Ganon.
So
it's going to be Ganon.
At the same time, you have all this flexibility. Popular stuff. You're going to hit the popular stuff. Sorry,
well, is it? Okay, so listen, and this is a genuine question for y'all because y'all know way more about this lore than I, because y'all niggas was naming off the names of the enemies and I just called them, spider thing, and y'all was like, oh, that's a Kalunkadunk, and I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways.
It's a Skulltula or a tech type, one of the two.
Look, here you go. Look. So my question isn't the main, tale of Zelda, the main conflict, I guess, between Link and Ganon, though? I know they've had other villains that they've added, but isn't that it's the saga is their battle through time or whatever? I'm not 100% on the whole. It's whoever can break it down real quick.
In general,
oh, is that okay?
Good is Link. It's there's usually not to.
So then they don't have to use Ganon. They could just put anybody in his
place. But it's going to be
Ganon. There's Link. But it's going to be Ganon because Ganon and Ganondorf are the more popular characters. But Skyward Sword recontextualizes that and basically says there's always just an evil force. It just happens to look like Ganondorf most of the time. But Demise makes it very clear at the end of that game that, hey, I'm always going to haunt you. Evil's always going to haunt you. So there's always a Link and there's always a Zelda.
There's something broken.
I like that story. Huh.
There's something broken in my brain because every time somebody says Ganondorf, and I know that Ganondorf is his name, but I think of Dorf on Golf, like the Tim Conway comedy sketches from back in the day. So I just picture Ganon with tiny little legs.
I mean,
sorry,
it works. It would be funny. It seems like something they would. I mean, he does have tiny little legs in Wind Waker.
The bit throws a boomerang. Has tiny little legs.
That is true, but he specifically does too. So I'm just saying it does work.
I don't care.
Ganondorf's body.
I just ain't that worried about it. If they make it and it's good, that's cool.
It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it.
That's kind of the end statement right there. Is like bitch. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out because that's just who I am. But yeah,
I don't give a fuck. I'll try it.
I'd be more comfortable if it was animated.
I agree with that. I do feel that. I do think it's going to be hard to differentiate itself, and I think you hit that point already, from Lord of the Rings type stuff. So I think animated, would be better, but I'm gonna watch it regardless because
does anybody remember? And I'm not saying these were great movies, but Does anybody remember when they were trying to do Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe as like a live action?
They made video
Yep.
games out of that bitch.
Yeah,
I had to screen those movies, sir.
Yeah,
God.
I think what
Mr.
Lord
Tunstall.
Caspian was the last one. They didn't even finish the franchise. They were just
They
like,
did
"Ah,
not. No.
fuck it." Because you can't compete, and they're filming in the same space that Lord of the Rings filmed in. Like, you have to go to New Zealand to get some of those sort of like visuals.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the New Zealander knows how to do the New Zealand the best.
Maybe Peter Jackson's going to direct the Zelda movie. I don't know.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't. Not after the Hobbit movies.
All right, let's move on and talk about another movie.
The thing that hold on, let me just
go
say
ahead, go
one
ahead.
more thing about the Zelda movie. The thing I dread most about the Zelda movie is not the Zelda movie. It's every Zelda fan afterwards bitching about how the movie ruined whatever Zelda game is next. Because we've already got people bitching about the way Donkey Kong looks in the new Mario Kart because they think he looks more like the movie Donkey Kong. And it's like, so this
like
movie
the
comes
original
out. This movie comes out and it's successful. It's going to be natural for Nintendo to make the next Zelda game kind of ape the movie in some ways.
Oh, nice pun.
And people are gonna, thanks. And people are gonna flip their shit because Zelda people take shit way too serious.
That's one thing that, like, outside of looking at, and part of it was, I think we were all spoiled because that Space World video leaked. Not once have I been like, well, that Zelda looks bad. And that was, like, Wind Waker was the only time where I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Now, once you play the game, you go, this really works. But, like, that's the only time where I was like that. Also, the Donkey Kong thing is hilarious to me because it looks more like Miyamoto's drawing.
It looks like the key art, the original arcade key art.
Yeah, he looks more like Donkey Kong. He just doesn't look like Rare's Donkey Kong.
I hope to God, I would love it if Nintendo would just troll the shit out of people, and in Mario Kart 9, when Donkey Kong goes around a corner, he laughs like Seth Rogen.
I'm sorry, that's still one of the best castings. As soon as I heard it was Seth Rogen, I was like, yeah, no, that's the voice I would give Donkey Kong.
Oh, man. So good. All right, moving on.
Somebody did a video where it's a sequence from Pineapple Express with Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong and the other guy whose name I don't remember right now. Can't remember his name. Seth Rogen's ex-friend, because they're not friends anymore, as Funky Kong, and I bought the entire thing. I'm like, nope, this works.
What is his name? Why can't
James something, isn't it?
James Franco.
Yeah, James Franco.
That's it. Thank you.
James Franco. Yeah, and like James Franco as Funky Kong worked too. I was like, no, this is exactly this scenario, even though it's dialogue from fucking Pineapple Express. I'm like, no, I buy this as Donkey Kong. This is great casting.
All right. Legendary Street Fighter movie was delayed to an unspecified date. I know everybody said.
Again, we don't need this in live action. We've tried. We've been through this.
And it was excellent. I love that movie.
The first one is a very nice...
Change the channel.
To it. There's a nice campness to it that I don't think you could recreate.
Rest in peace, Raul Julia.
I mean, Raul Julia taking that role, knowing he's basically dying, because his kid's like Street Fighter is...
Oh wow, way to make it sad. Thanks.
Man, like, but it is, and he fucking kills the role. And you're like, yeah, that's amazing. That's a perfect performance.
All right. What else we got here? Damn. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle launches on PS5 on April 17th.
At some point, I gotta go back and try to power my way through the rest of that game. It can't be good for me that when I think about going back and powering my way through the rest of that game, I get like a pit in my stomach.
That hurts my soul. I love that game.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo will be a playable fighter in Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves.
Okie doke.
Okay, yeah, I saw that and I was like, don't he play soccer? What the fuck? Like, I was really confused. Why is the soccer player in the fighting game?
It's a great question. Maybe he's a big Fatal Fury fan.
Space Adventure Cobra: The Awakening launches August 26th. No Man's Sky got a new update called Relics.
Another new free No Man's Sky update.
It's freaking crazy,
I tried
man.
to mess with the VR thing, and it was giving me some issues. But those guys, oh, man.
It's okay, guys. You can just charge us for another game.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, like, good lord.
You've made up for it, all right? It's fine. Nobody thinks your game sucks anymore.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is coming to mobile on April 14th. That is a game I would not play on my phone.
Oh,
that's a weird pull to make that into a mobile game.
Yeah, because the precision that's required for jumps and some of those, God, I couldn't imagine. Nah.
What else we got here? Warner Brothers has canceled the unannounced Hogwarts Legacy expansion. Okay. All right,
let's cancel an unannounced expansion.
That's right, the magic of video games today.
It was unannounced.
You didn't have to say anything.
Hit delete and kept it pushing.
It existed.
Like, right.
All right, let's talk about that Nintendo Direct. Metroid Prime 4 was there. First off, it's weird timing to run a Switch Direct like 6 days before your Switch 2 Direct, but Nintendo going Nintendo.
Well, sure, but
yeah, they showed Metroid Prime 4, which looks amazing. Apparently now she has like telekinetic powers.
Yeah, it looked really, really good.
It's going to be good.
I played the first one. It was amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't play it when it first came out. I played the remake master. I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's kind of a remaster more than a remake.
Okay. Well, it was amazing is what it was. It was great.
Yeah.
So
that game is still a 10 out of 10, one of the best games ever made. It's really good.
I do think, and I know you got a long list of games because we saw the show. This is just a blanket statement. A lot of that stuff, I'm just going to wait for Switch 2. I'm not going to lie to you.
100%.
I think that's the case.
I don't think Metroid is out before the Switch 2. I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, that feels like a hey, we just want to make sure everybody knows this is also coming to Switch kind of announcement.
Yeah, so you don't feel like you have to upgrade kind of thing if you want to play Metroid.
Right.
So, Pokemon Legends ZA was shown off.
Hell yeah.
With day and nighttime battles. Man, they're getting crazy.
But what I didn't like about this, thank you for reminding me, because when you said the day and night battle stuff, that triggered me. I was triggered to this memory. What the fuck? Why is Pokemon now a battle royale? So you're supposed to spend the daytime prepping, for your fights, and then you spend the nighttime battling everybody. What are we doing? Nobody wanted this. Who wanted battle royale Pokemon?
I don't know. Somebody probably did.
Not
probably
me.
Some weirdo out there.
Of course, I don't play Pokemon anyway, so
yeah.
I'm still gonna play it.
Arceus. How's that one pronounced?
Arceus.
Arceus.
Okay.
It's the fancy
that one was
word.
fantastic.
Arceus.
I was hoping that was going to be like the future. They were just going to incorporate those same elements just, in the present day and whatever else, which I guess they did to a certain point, or a degree rather, but I don't know.
This one looks like it's more textures from PS2. That's what they're doing.
And then there's that.
Well, I mean, that'd be a little weird if they were copying and pasting textures from PS2, considering Pokemon's never been on PlayStation 2.
No, but they're just textures. They're not Pokemon specific. Here's a wall.
You're talking about the non-Pokemon specific.
Yeah, textures. Like the buildings and shit. They just copy pasted them.
Yeah, I don't know why they refused to give Pokemon a glow up.
No.
I don't know why.
I mean,
no one can stop Mr. Domino ass textures.
Why would you sell somebody like a Five Guys burger when you could charge them the same price for Big Mac?
There you go. That's what it is too.
Yeah.
Man.
I haven't had Five Guys in a long time.
I haven't either, to be honest with you. Rhythm Heaven Groove was the next game announced. I don't know much about Rhythm Heaven. It's not my jam.
I don't either.
It was a weird trailer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Watching the little dude jump through the hoop.
I was
Rhythm Heaven
confused.
is like it's made by the same people that make WarioWare, which I think answers a lot of it.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's
That explains the
WarioWare.
weirdness, at least.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. But instead of having a micro game, usually it's a longer mini game, but it's all based around timing to the beat. And sometimes it involves you, like having to volley a tennis ball across the court in the proper rhythm. But in like one of the Wii games, you have to pose in certain poses to the rhythm and stuff. They're all weird. They're all kind of silly. They usually have some stupid story going on. They're a lot of fun. I'm just surprised because they bring it back and then they leave it dormant for years. Because I think there was a Game Boy Advance game we never got. They did a DS game, silence. Then there was a Wii game, silence. Then like towards the it was past the midway mark. I think it was closer to the end of the 3DS. They were like, and here's a Rhythm Heaven game for the 3DS. It's got a bunch of Rhythm Heaven games from like the Wii and the DS.
Every
and the
time he
Game
says
Boy
rhythm
Advance.
in my head, it just goes, the rhythm of the night.
See, in my head, it goes, rhythm is a dance.
That's another one. That's, yeah.
Rhythm is a dancer. Fuck, I don't remember the artist for that, but Krona is Rhythm of the Night.
There's also, feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light.
Rhythm Nation.
Who is
You can
that?
go with Rhythm Nation.
Always on your mind.
Dang, Ryan, we going to karaoke? Where we going? I'm gonna go with you, homie.
Anyways, yeah, they're lots of fun. But yeah, if this game sells moderately well, expect it in another decade. You know, it's
Cool.
kind of fucking Rhythm Heaven.
All right, let's talk about the most fucked up thing that happened during this Switch Direct. Leave it to
Do you want
Nintendo.
to talk?
Not that.
That was what was most fucked up for me, but go ahead.
I mean, fucked up isn't trying to understand what the hell. So Nintendo
gotcha.
Switch virtual game cards.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, and we're, you know how like Steam and Xbox and PlayStation have these systems where you can share games between different parent and child accounts? It's that, except fucked up.
I mean, you can't do that on Xbox because everybody threw a fit.
Right.
Like on
Yep.
Xbox, you could do the home console and then like log into the other console,
Yeah,
which you
that's
can
what
already.
I do today to share games.
You could do that on Switch
Same.
now.
Yeah,
Yep,
no,
right.
it's true.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
that's what I'm
So
saying. It's
what
just
are
that,
they
but fucked
doing?
up. Because there's
Like,
no
yeah.
indication here. There's no indication here, by the way, from their announcement that any of the game sharing can happen between accounts that aren't on your like
Yes.
family group.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
leave it to Nintendo to throw a wrinkle in there. It's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only allowed to have it 2 weeks.
That's
Like,
what are we doing?
bruh.
And everybody
then, I
online
don't
is like, "Oh my god, this is game changing.
Yes.
Everybody needs to catch up." I'm like,
That's what I was
are
gonna
you
say.
talking about?"
That man dead ass said in his Skeet or Twix, I don't know what the fuck I saw it on, but he was like, "Oh my god, this is so." He was not being hyperbolic or whatever the word is. He was being straight up about this. Oh my god, this is game changing. This is incredible. Leave it to Nintendo. The competitors just need to catch up. I had to have read that like 5 times, and I was like, "Catch up, my nigga, in Christ." What do you mean catch up? Like they overcomplicated something that was so simple.
That they already
Like,
do.
and then put a time limit on it. Right.
You can already do
Yeah,
this.
you can already. Yeah, my son and I share games between our Switch today
Yeah.
just by logging into
Yeah.
our accounts.
Same with me.
Yeah.
We have 2 Switches in this house. One is the home, one is not, and you could just play the games.
Yep.
Like,
Like everybody already
if-
does this.
Yeah, if this is, and I want to be careful because they did not say that this was the case. If this is, I can loan you my virtual game, even though you're not on my account, you're not in my household, our accounts aren't connected at all, that's a little different.
but it seemed,
But they did not give the indication that that was the case.
even during the presentation, they showed you doing it locally.
Right.
Like
They said that. It has to be
locally.
local.
It has to be
Yeah,
local.
it has to be locally.
But my point is, like, if you and I can get together and I can share my Switch game to you, that I think is a little bit different than between your family group.
So I gotta come
Which is
over to
what
your house to borrow
I think
your.
they
But that
said.
just right. That just
Yeah.
makes it because now I gotta spend gas, nigga. Where you could just sign me into your shit and I could download it online. Because like I share games like that with my cousin on PlayStation. Not the cousin that stole the PlayStation, because fuck that one. But my favorite cousin. Like we share games like that now. Like I didn't go to his house. I gave him my login information. He signed in, set his thing up as my home PlayStation, and now he got access to my stuff. Like
Fuck that one.
Nintendo is making this shit too complicated. Like now I got to spend gas money to borrow the game. Nigga, you done put us back in the 80s. I had to go to the nigga's house to borrow the cartridge. That we could have just did that. Okay.
Turn my house into a Blockbuster.
There you go.
Come over and borrow my copy of this game. But another thing that I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo does, like if let's say I loan you a game, Ryan, does that mean for 2 weeks I can't play it?
That's my question.
100%
Yeah.
it does, because that's why they're doing it as a virtual game cart. Because if I loaned you my physical copy, I wouldn't be able to play it.
Holy shit!
See,
This is so
that's
Nintendo.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's 100%
Because
what it
right now, I can share games with my son and we can play the same game at the same damn time. Like that is not innovative, Nintendo. Jesus.
Yeah, Steam has a really solid implementation of this feature already.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's hilarious.
It feels to me like it is. I mean, and I've said before on this podcast that people on this podcast have accused us of being fanboys for everything over the years, but in actuality, I'm a Nintendo fanboy.
Yep.
If I was going to classify myself as something, but it's one of those things where it feels like what Nintendo always does is they overcomplicate the simplest shit.
Yep.
This feels like another, and sometimes that works out. Like sometimes their overcomplicating of simple shit works out, like with the Wii.
Yeah.
But in this case, I don't know. I have to see what it looks like in practice. But people who are talking about the innovation of this, all of us, I think, need to recognize that Nintendo has just as many hits as they have misses, but they have just as many misses as they have hits too on stuff like this.
Oh yeah,
They've had plenty of features that sounded goofy, that ended up being truly innovative in the space, and they have plenty of features that have sounded goofy and ended up goofy.
motherfucker, you ain't struggled until you had tried to play Mario Kart online on the Wii or the Wii U and trying to use voice chat through the phone app.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot.
Phone
Yeah.
app, voice chat. Yeah, I remember that.
I was thinking more like the Power Glove type thing, but all right, that's a
Power
more
Glove.
recent one.
The Power Glove didn't work. It wasn't made by Nintendo anyway, so it's fine. That shit
Rob
didn't
the
work.
robot.
Rob actually worked, but
Mhm.
Jesus Christ, what a long way around opening a gate. Like,
Right.
what are we doing?
That's overcomplicating.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
All right, next game announced was Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, which was the weird, creepy lady. It's like, would you like to talk?
Yeah, that was so. I didn't even expect it to be a giant. Like, she just rushed up and then leaned all close. I'm like, oh,
With
Jesus!
them eyes wide open, like, I'm gonna eat your soul.
Yes.
There was. I had what do you call it? Jehovah's Witnesses in my neighborhood yesterday, and one of them came up to me to offer me a pamphlet, an invitation to a memorial service for Jesus Christ, and I half expected him to come up to me and be like, "Would you like to talk?
Would you like to talk?" Jesus Christ.
Would you like to talk about Jesus?"
Like, not with you. Goodness.
What's the one that they always give out? Like fuck. It's like real like dark. It's got like lightning bolts on it. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it's something about how I'm going to hell.
Yeah. Like the danger gate. Some shit.
The Danger Gate.
I don't know. They make it
pretty
sound
sure.
so ominous in that pamphlet. Whew. All right.
Danger Gate.
Next up, Nintendo announced an app called Nintendo Today, which will give you news every day.
Anybody
What
download
are
that?
No, but that's where the
I-
Zelda
I-
news came from. The Zelda movie news. It came from the app.
Yep. And you know what? I got all that news almost immediately, and I don't have the app.
Yeah, all you gotta do is
Exactly.
follow Wario64 on Twitter
Yeah.
or Blue
Yeah,
Sky,
no.
wherever you go. Yeah, just follow Wario64.
They did. You know what they did say, and I feel like they said that to push people to download it. Like it's going to be the place where you get Switch 2 news. Like they said that specifically, if I remember correctly. Like he was like, yeah, it's going to feature Switch 2 news or whatever.
Which will
So, like,
also
people
be
will download it to
immediately
get that
on
first.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Immediately
as soon as it comes
disseminated
out.
on every social media platform that
Yeah.
exists.
So whatever.
Next up was probably one of the more exciting announcements, which was Marvel Cosmic Invasion being made by the
Hell
same people that
God,
did
that
Shredder's
looks
awesome.
Revenge.
I
Looked
am so
awesome.
excited. Yeah. Oh my god. And
I'm not a Marvel
happy
guy,
it's not the ones that
and
did
that looked
the
rad.
Power Rangers one. Yeah.
No, Digital Eclipse did the Power Rangers one.
Yeah, no, that ain't it. So yeah, but this should be fire.
Digital Eclipse is awesome, but yeah, the Power Rangers game is.
Yeah, no, I like them usually. Yeah, it just that wasn't it. But no, and they went kind of deep on their roster too. Like this doesn't just have like all the super known heroes, but
Yeah,
fucking
Nova. Yeah.
was there Quasar? I was like, oh shit, okay.
Motherfucking naming characters after microwaves. What are we doing?
Not listen.
All that, and 90% of people are going to play as Wolverine anyway.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
I guess there's
I say that as somebody who's going to play as Wolverine.
yeah,
100%.
see? You just that's because they don't
Yeah, I
have
probably
the
won't.
Michael Jackson Nightcrawler from X-Men Legends. Doom 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 doom. Boom 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 boom. Gosh.
I
We
will
spent
play as
more hours
Nightcrawler.
doing
They put
that.
Nightcrawler in there. I know, just walking around. Hey, Ken.
We did that for
Well-
hours.
So for people who don't know, in X-Men Legends, there was a like a crouch and like a crouch and walk button that you could kind of sneak. And when Nightcrawler did it, he put his hands up in front of him like the Michael Jackson Thriller claws. And so Ken and I spent basically our entire runtime of playing that game together, randomly bursting into the Nightcrawler Thriller dance.
That's
Oh.
funny.
It says there's 15 characters to choose from.
Yeah, they've only shown
Oh
half
my
of
God.
them. They've only shown half. It's got like a fighting game character select screen, and only half of it's filled in so far.
I didn't know that. I'm even more excited. Hell yeah.
I'm sure they'll do DLC too, for sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it seems like an easy game to do DLC for.
Oh yeah, you'd make
Yeah,
a ton of
they
money
did
off
it
that.
for the other one.
Yeah,
Like,
for Shredder's
I'm
Revenge, they
getting
did it.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake was also here.
Sold.
Yep.
I need
I
to
saw
see
All
that.
I needed to do was see it. I was glad to see it.
Next up was Saga Frontier 2 Remastered, which is exclusively not on Xbox. That's one of the ones.
Salsa Frontier.
Yeah.
Salsa.
Yeah, Salsa Frontier. I am so glad I'm not the only person that thought that growing
I
up. 'Cause
swear to God, I thought
sure
that's what it was
did.
called back in the day.
Next up is a JSJ game, which is No Sleep for Kaname Date from I, the Somnium Files. I know how to pronounce it now. This one's only on Switch, by the way. It's not on anything else.
I'm sure it'll make its way to PC. That's how the last couple of games have gone.
Next up was a remaster of Raido, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, which is an old PS2 game. It's on everything. Next up is another game that's exclusively not on Xbox, which is Patapon and Patapon 2. You can't say the word without saying Patapon.
Yep.
I
enjoyed those
remember
games.
the rain dance song. Dong, 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 dong. And that's how you started the rain dance, so you could cross the... Man, those games were so good. I guess we're never getting 3.
No. So what I've read is that Sony is licensing out a bunch of their old IP to Bandai Namco, and it seems that they exclusively are saying do not put it on Xbox. Because this started
What
with
the
Freedom
fuck?
Wars. This started with Freedom Wars. This continued with Patapon. And then the other game that was in the showcase, which was Everybody's Golf, Hot Shot. Those are all licensed from Sony to Bandai Namco. And they're the only games Bandai Namco puts out that are not on Xbox.
Like,
Sony petty as
okay.
fuck, dude. You know this.
They so petty. All right, man.
This next game, like, it just like stone cold stopped me in my tracks. I was like, Disney Villains Cursed Cafe? What?
Yeah.
Are we doing a coffee place simulator? Disney Villains?
Yep.
We're running out of ideas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The next game was 100% a Terrence game, which is Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar.
I don't even think I saw that one.
That was before
I think I
you
missed
started
that one.
watching.
Yeah, that's when we were telling you to get in there because there was a farming.
Oh
sim.
yeah, that's right. That's when I got the okay.
Next up was Shadow Labyrinth, which is a dark and gritty take on Pac-Man, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say.
Man,
No,
I'm
it
going to
works.
play that game.
Hey,
That episode of whatchamacallit was so good.
yeah, yeah. Secret Level, I think is what it's called.
Secret
right?
level. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to play that. That looks cool. Next up was Witchbrook, which is like a pixelated broom flyer. I don't
Yeah,
know.
was that
It's-
was that a game that was either on something else or has been announced for a long time? Because I saw
It's
a
been
lot of
announced for
people
a
on
long
Blue.
time.
Okay, I saw a lot of people on Blue Sky like, "Oh my God, finally!"
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
been
even
announced.
heard of this thing.
Yeah, it was announced forever ago. My wife is excited because it's like
My wife.
Is it not the Stardew guy?
Yeah, it's not that one, but it's like
Oh,
Stardew
okay.
Valley, but it's a magic school. So you're like, a witcher wizard and living, but yeah, it was announced forever ago. His game is the Haunted Chocolatier, which I want to play
Chocolatier.
that.
Ah, okay. I knew it was something.
The
sort of
Haunted Chocolatier
similar.
sounds like the ghost of Taco Bell or something.
It definitely
The Ghost
is a
of Taco
different
Bell.
title.
If you use chocolate to represent something else, you will follow the trail.
Trail even. Wow. A lot of good pun work here. All right.
Uh,
Moving on.
Next up is The Eternal Life of Goldman.
I missed this one.
It's a
What was this?
Metroid-like animated game. I don't know. The
Biblical?
description just says explore an
Oh,
archipelago.
this is the one. Yeah, this is the one where you could jump on your cane or whatever. Very
Yes,
Duck-
like
Oh,
DuckTales
okay,
kind
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, because I was like, did my man just really steal Scrooge McDuck's cane jump? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I saw that. I did see
very
that one.
pretty looking.
It was pretty, yeah.
Next up,
Um,
go ahead.
that's THQ. That's THQ Nordic.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Next up was the game I got super excited for, which is the Gradius Origins, which includes Life Force, Salamander, Gradius, Gradius 2, Gradius 3, Salamander 2. Hell yeah.
These are all
That's a good
words.
collection.
And it also includes a brand new game, Salamander 3.
And I love Gradius 3 and Life Force. I really enjoyed Life Force too.
The
but-
music in those games are chef's kiss. Next up was
Action.
Rift of the Necro Dancer. Okay.
I feel like everybody loves those Necro Dancer games, and I've never played a single one of them.
Yeah, I don't care for them. I played the Zelda one. Didn't
Those are games that I hear about, and I know instinctively they're supposed to be a big deal, but I just have never had the desire.
Tamagotchi Plaza was also announced. Monument Valley, 1, 2, and 3, I guess, in a package.
Yeah, another Monument Valley. That's another game that I've never played.
Then there was a little montage of games, including Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, King of Meat, which sounds worse than it probably
King
is.
of meat. Wow, Jesus. All right.
King of meat.
Wombat's favorite game of all time, High on Life, is coming to the Switch on May
Oh.
6th.
Piece of shit.
I laughed when I saw that. I really
Lose.
does not like that game.
That game is going to look like shit.
It already
yeah.
looks
Oh
like
my
shit.
It does not look
no,
like
it
shit.
doesn't. Oh, God. Just
Lose
don't play it on
Lagoon
Switch.
will be released as a system exclusive on Nintendo Switch.
Sorry, what was that?
Lose Lagoon?
Yeah, I was confused too. Like, what? Okay.
Lose Lagoon.
Yeah, as in possessive. It's Lose Lagoon. Bitch, don't fuck with Lose Lagoon.
It's his.
Yeah, it's her
his
stuff.
lagoon. He owns the lagoon.
Alright. I don't know what I'm looking at here. It looks like a...
Bitch, you're looking at Lose Lagoon.
Life's-
Respect it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, shut up and let me talk. Good lord.
No.
It's a life sim open world crafting exploration, flight based building 3D, relaxing, colorful simulation, character customization, sandbox, cozy management, third person building, cute adventure, family friendly, and atmospheric. According to some user things.
That's a lot. Jesus Lord.
Key features: a world full of wonder, explore multiple islands, each with their own its own atmosphere, residence, and hidden treasures. I do like the fact that you fly a little biplane to each island.
Yeah, but every word
okay.
you said before that was like, no.
Harvest resources and unlock upgrades with your trusty multi-purpose vacuum. At least they're making it fun.
You know
create
what pisses me
create
off?
your home, blah blah blah. Customize your seaplane sounds more fun than building my home. Thank you.
All this shit, and we can't get a new Pilot Wings.
Man, the music just
Oh,
popped in my
yeah.
head.
That's because none of you bought the 3DS Pilot Wings.
I bought the 3DS Pilot Wings.
Even I bought
bitch.
that one.
That
I
makes
didn't
sense.
care
Oh,
for
there
it.
was a Pilot Wings game in VR. I thought they released one on
Nintendo
VR.
don't do VR.
No, I think
okay.
I think there is like a Pilot Wings sort of game in the
There,
Labo VR thing.
well, there's another game that came out that was supposed to be like Pilot Wings that I reviewed, and I don't remember the name of it now. And it was, I mean, ass on a stick. It was one of the worst games I've ever played.
You know where Pilot Wings needs to go next?
Where?
Spice! There it is.
Don't ruin the sound effect. What are you doing?
Space!
On a stick. Oh my god. Oh, that was funny.
You remind me of like a Jeff Dunham stand-up. What are you? Jalapeno. On a stick.
On a stick.
On a stick.
Yeah, I would love a new Pilot Wings out of the Switch 2. So just be warned. Anybody who writes into this podcast and asks about our predictions for Switch 2 games, I'm going to say Pilot Wings every single time.
He's trying to manifest
my
it
hope
like
is that
Killer
I can-
Instinct.
Yeah, that's 100% what I'm trying to do.
Dude, I will manifest with you. I will build the circle and light the candles.
Okay, good.
Because I would be down for another Pilot Wings. I'm not talking about Wii Resort. No.
Talking about Lou Lagoon flying his plane around just made me think of that.
All right.
Blue Lagoon.
Star Overdrive launches as a timed exclusive on Nintendo Switch, and then The Wandering Village launches on July 17th. And that was the Nintendo Direct. Whew. A lot of stuff going on. Then this week we got Switch 2. We're just going to have some games, I'd assume.
I would assume.
I would expect.
Do you think
Probably
we
see the
do you think we
system
get pre-orders
stuff.
this week?
I think we get
Yes.
a Pilot Wings game.
He thinks we get Pilot Wings.
I'm
I think we
100%
get
on the
pre-orders.
Mario bandwagon. I think we're going to see the new 3D Mario.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the new 3D Mario as well.
Yeah, I can
If
see
I had to
that.
guess.
Yeah, Mario Kart and 3D Mario. Oh man, imagine if those are both launch. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'd be excited.
I wonder how much it's going to be though.
Man, that's a question.
$400
I need to be.
400
generous.
feels safe. I'm worried it's going to be 450 or 500. Which is crazy because that's how much a PS5 costs.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay $500 for a Nintendo.
I will.
console. and I will be at your house, I guess, to play it because I'm not going to pay $500 on a Nintendo console.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you this right. Okay, I'm gonna say a very controversial statement. If the Switch launches at $500 and launches with a 3D Mario and a Mario Kart, it's immediately already has better exclusives than the PS5 and Series X.
I don't think that's that controversial.
I don't think that's I think you're right.
Have you been on Twitter lately?
$500. Yeah, that's that place. Oh Lord.
Yeah, people feel like, oh man, yeah. Like there's a counter online of when the last time PlayStation put out a first-party game, and it's even longer since they put out like a great first-party game, which would have been Astrobot.
Man.
Yeah.
Like that was what, October?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is April, basically.
Well, wait, what do they have for the rest? What's coming out? Don't they have
Ghosts of Yote is the only game I can think of.
That's
the only, yeah.
But one game in the entire year?
Yeah.
That's wild. I mean,
I
guess
they got to get better about pacing this shit out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's good for them that Xbox is porting their shit over because at least they have games on the console.
Exactly. Yep.
Which is crazy because we can't even get fucking everybody's golf on the Xbox.
Well, it's not quite everybody's golf.
Nope.
Right.
It's definitely not
most people's golf.
It's definitely not Xbox's golf.
Most people's golf.
Didn't have quite the same ring to it. Most people's golf.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. That golf is for everybody because everything is an Xbox. Except
yep, it's true.
That's a lie. In my Steam Deck, it is not an Xbox.
Yeah, that's the truth. All these PC Game Pass shit that I can't play.
Right.
Oh goodness, that's all the news. That's a lot of news. But next week is going to be even crazier because we're going to talk about some embargoed games, and we're going to be talking about the Switch 2.
And how y'all all pre-ordered it.
Fucking right, I did. Like, why would I not?
I mean,
I'm gonna buy it for sure.
Yeah,
it's a guaranteed purchase.
I mean, yeah, I'll get one. I got other shit I got to do on my house. $500 is a lot to spend on a console. I got other stuff I need to do right now.
Like Ryan is 100% correct. Like you can say what you want about everybody on this show. We all Nintendo fanboys.
Sure. Yeah. Because I will get it. Absolutely. If that Pokemon was like native, I probably would have yeah, for sure. I may spend that money. Pokemon. But it's not. It's gonna be, on the Switch, original Switch as well. I was gonna say Switch 2, but then that would have messed up the whole thing. But the original Switch as well. So but
I'm kind of curious if you're Nintendo, do you make Mario and Mario Kart exclusive?
It's a hard question, but I think probably yes.
That's
especially
rough.
If Metroid's going to be cross.
Mario Kart not being on the original Switch is crazy to me.
I feel like Mario Kart will be because, and I may be wrong, I maybe this is where Nintendo takes online gameplay a little more seriously. So you'll still have an audience, because people will, still go have their original Switch, and Mario Kart is huge. So to have that cross-play, or I guess cross-gen play, you know what I mean? So that everybody can play the new game. I feel like that might be, I don't know.
Yeah, I just
think that.
Like 130 million people, and you don't put a Mario Kart, which is, Jesus Christ, like fucking almost 1-to-1.
Yeah, but at some point, man, you gotta encourage people to move on to the next console if you're going to sell the next console.
Sure, but do you really think, regardless of what happens, is Nintendo going to have trouble selling that console at launch?
I think they'll have more success selling that console at launch if it's the only place you can play the new Mario Kart.
I don't, because I think regardless, it's going to sell out. I
don't know, man. They've been making a lot of noise that they are ramping up production to make sure that they've got plenty of consoles.
I hope you're right, but I truly think it's going to be hard to get a pre-order. I think the window to get one is going to be like a couple days.
See, I think that you just like to be pessimistic like that because, like, you don't like to get your hopes up, and it keeps your shit in check. So you be like, nah, it's going to be real difficult, but you're going to wake up on the day of pre-order, sit down at your computer, sip your, I don't know what the fuck you drinking, Slim Fast, I don't know what the hell.
What are you trying to say?
You go log into the, that you try to be healthy. We are old men, okay?
Slim Fast
Whatever.
is not for my health, it's for my weight.
And it would be accurate. Moving on.
I mean, nigga, we both overweight. Nigga, anyway.
Listen
I
here,
enjoy
toothpick.
Slim Fast, by the way, I'm just going to say
Shut your
that.
fucking mouth.
Right. Sit this out. The fat boys are talking. Now,
Slim Fast, I think it's good. I think it's got a whole bunch of vitamins and shit in it.
Only this podcast we talk about motherfucking Slim Fast.
right. You get everything here. But no, I think it's going to be easy, man. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think that you just try to keep your expectations in check. I think you're going to be able to sit down, log in, boop, oh, I'm in there. I'm going to get it. Because I think they've seen the signs. Like, they saw PlayStation, struggle. They saw Xbox with all their shit. They've had the time to make sure that they don't, while they sit in the cut. Like, I think it's going to be easy. Like, I think it's going to be surprisingly easy.
That would be a first, which is what drives my feelings about it. Is like, I went through the Xbox launch, I went through the PlayStation launch. I'm talking about online, not like those are the first consoles I bought online. Like the Xbox One and PS4 I bought in the store. I didn't do the Switch because Nintendo actually sent me one, which, thank Jesus, because I couldn't imagine how hard that bitch was to get at launch.
I didn't get mine till August.
Yeah, like Nintendo consoles are historically hard to get.
Did you get yours at launch, Anthony? Okay, well, I didn't get mine.
He's drinking his Slim Fast.
He probably is.
I don't need that. No, I didn't have a Switch.
I'm drinking Mountain Dew, bitch.
I had one pre-ordered and then I canceled it because I was just like, I'll just play Zelda on my Wii U. Just how I did.
Got
it.
you. Yeah, I definitely
I,
didn't get it.
I also played Breath of the Wild on my Wii U.
Ugh. So did Drew. I couldn't. Oh my goodness. That game didn't run great on the Switch.
Yeah, it did not. No, but that's where I played it because I did not buy the Wii U. That's a lie. I did buy one. I bought it used and I had it for like 24 hours.
Dude, the funniest story.
I had a bunch of games on Wii U.
The funniest story is, like I say, Nintendo consoles are hard to get. I remember the Wii U launch. I was literally the only motherfucker there. Literally the only person in the store. I walked in. I was like, "Where's the line? Have you guys been open longer than I expected?" They're like, "No, you're the first."
Like, dude, you're the first one. Shot a little confetti gun. Good job.
Like, shook the hand like, I'm number one. Yay. Like, literally nobody in the store except for the employees. I walk in, just pick it up and walk out.
That's great. We talk about that all the time, man. Midnight launches were so much fun. Like, on both sides of the counter. Because I remember working them, for console launches in different games and being on the customer side. Like, that stuff was just...
There was one thing that was not great about those launches.
What was that?
The smell.
Well, yeah, that is 100%. Oh my God, 100%,
dude.
Yeah, that's a recurring problem in our hobby.
I think the stinkiest launch I was ever a part of was a Final Fantasy game.
Wish I could say I was surprised.
I would say mine was probably Halo 2.
Halo 2 was pretty stinky.
In my store in Game Crazy,
Yeah,
it was so funky in there. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, the PS4 and Xbox launches were okay. I was on the customer side for those, although it's so funny standing in line for both because they were all making fun of the other one. Like,
nice.
Like, why are we having this conversation? Like, my ass is gonna be here twice. I don't know what you all are crying about.
I mean, I'll be here next week, brother.
Yeah.
I can't remember how they came out, but yeah.
No, it was the PS4 was first, and then a week later was the Xbox One. I remember getting the Xbox One home and like opening it up. I was like, God damn, that Kinect is big.
Yes, it was.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, say what you want about that, and this is now just coming into old man fucking reminiscing now. That's what you want about that Kinect. I loved being able to walk into the room and be like, Xbox on. That made me feel so fucking player. Like, and like my TV came on, my Xbox came on. Like, that was so cool.
Yeah, I didn't feel that way. The first time I had to yell in Dead Rising or Rise, Son of Rome, I was like, this is stupid.
So, see,
I forgot about
gameplay
Rise, Son of
stuff.
Rome.
Yeah,
that's such a good game. God, that game is good. I don't like the implementation of it with the games because I agree with you there. The yelling and shit, that's a bit much. The stuff where it like listened for noises and would, make zombies. Was it Dead Rising? They did that. That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And just the voice control. Like I really just like the voice control. But again, I'm a sci-fi nerd. Y'all know I love Star Trek. I want my stuff to be able to function like that. That was just super cool to me. Like, and I wish there was a way to do that without the Kinect. But I guess there's not.
It's called Alexa.
It is. Yeah. Well, I have one actually, but
I mean, your information's done been bought, sold, and paid for.
Well, I assume that mine has many times over, honestly, because that's why I don't be worried about none of this stuff. And I'm like, if they don't come for me, come on, whatever. Y'all know what I got anyway. You gonna rob me? What you gonna take? Like, shit. I ain't worried about it. Whatever. I just think the coolness factor of, being able to use your voice to control. I'm a nerd. It's fine.
I can't talk to my shit. Like, all of my shit has voice commands. I don't talk to it.
Man, see,
do you do that on your TV? Like, every TV has like the built-in voice thing. Do you do that?
I do. Yeah, mine does. Yeah, you have to hit it's on the remote, the little LG thing. You hit the thing and you can use your voice to do it. And I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's so. I think it's super cool. I love it.
I think people would, like, especially if somebody's in the other room, like, who the fuck are you talking to? My TV.
That happens all the time. Yeah, my kids are like, huh? What? I'm turning, but I mean, if I say, Hulu, or I'm looking for Demolition Man or something, they don't necessarily, you know what I mean? Like, they know what I'm doing. But yeah, that happens. They'd be like, what you say? I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to TV.
So you're funny. Absolutely.
My daughter does say that. Listen, my daughter does say that. She's like, I'm talking to the TV. She's like, oh, that's weird. And then she walks away. So,
I mean, she ain't wrong. Like, you're definitely the person that people could mess with. Like, if you're listening to a podcast or something, they'd be like, hey, Alexa.
Yes, I am that person. Absolutely. Well, see, I'm not. Well, I'm going to put this out there now because now people will know. I changed mine again because I'm a Star Trek fan. And so instead of Alexa, mine, and it's going to activate, but you have to say computer to activate mine because that's what you have to say on Star Trek. So, yeah. You have to say that.
But you changed it to a word that people just use.
Yep. And you know how many times, nigga, let me be watching Star Trek. My thing goes crazy. I have to mute it. So I have thought about, like, man, I need to change this back because this is kind of. But I don't know.
Did you also buy like a fucking, I don't know, fucking Captain Kirk voice for your Alexa or two or something?
No, I did not do that. Because me and William Shatner got beef. I wouldn't do that. That bitch ass nigga blocked me on Twitter because I told him to stop being a sucker and because he was like, nah, I don't do cameos. So, if they want Captain Kirk back, he gonna have to hear a whole show or a whole movie. And I was like, first of all, you're 97 years old. If they offer you a cameo, you need to come on and give the people what they want to play Captain Kirk. And he didn't appreciate that, so he muted me. So fuck William Shatner.
Man, that was a whole thing. Avery Brooks. Jesus.
Well, I like you to understand where I'm coming from. I don't want to make off the cuff comments so you walk away and be like, damn, I wonder why he hate William Shatner. Now you know.
I know.
I'm sure Bill loses sleep at night over it.
I'm sure he do. Right now, he rolling over like, God fucking.
I'm sure he's listening to this podcast right now.
He is. He getting in his party like, that son of a bitch.
He's like, I'm gonna call that guy and be like, computer, and then hang up. Anyway, that's all I got. I could not post on Twitter because it was dead.
Is it down again?
I don't know if it's up now, but it was dead when I started the show.
Dang, they've been having a lot of issues.
Not be on there.
Yeah.
Sounds like it, yeah.
I post on Blue Sky all the time, but don't nobody ever answer. So
I get responses on Blue Sky sometimes.
And I don't have any emails to go through, so which is good because we still hit a 2-hour mark. Just about normal.
About normal,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
if you
into my second Blue Sky fight this week.
Uh-oh.
this
Did
man
you?
gets on Blue Sky fights all the time.
Well, yeah, it's my second one.
I don't think I've gotten to a fight yet on Blue Sky. I'm.
I
See, it's crazy.
can't get in a
won't say
fight
I
when nobody replies to you.
Well, okay, so I do get people
Yeah.
that reply to stuff. I don't know.
I'll just straight up say, like, look, politics aside, because it doesn't involve politics, I guess. I don't like kids dying, which is not something you should tell other people, because I've built up the facade of enjoying the death of children.
Is there a group out there
I
of
don't
people
like
that do?
Right, Jesus
Well,
Christ!
let me. So,
Let him cook.
so
Let him cook.
I may have. I don't remember exactly what the woman said, but she said something. Her name is Pam, and I may have made that point known multiple times. She said you simp for terrorists or something like that because of the ongoing conflict and occupation of Palestine. And I may have said you simp for dead kids, Pam.
I did see this.
And Pam decided that it was her life's mission to call me a terrorist. So I just kept asking her why she liked dead kids.
I saw that. I saw that. I didn't get involved.
Eventually,
Yeah, that's probably the smart thing. Don't get involved.
So I just kept asking her because she was, and then she was the one that swore first, actually. Something about fucking propaganda from the terrorists, which I'm like, all right. So then I decided to pull out the C-bomb. Because,
Christ, Anthony.
Listen, Pam deserved it. Pam wasn't answering my
escalated.
questions, and Pam kept calling me a terrorist. And I kept asking, like, how is it terrorism to not want dead kids? And she couldn't really fight me on that. And since she said she was a Trump lover, so I just pointed out that, like, well, if you like Trump, and this is not a political statement, but if you're going to insist I am a terrorist if I don't want dead kids, and because of who I'm following or whatever statement she was making, I'm like, well, then you like rape and racism. And she was like, well, those things aren't true because whatever. It was one of those. Anyways, I got her to the point where she got angry enough to be like, post 3 times that she doesn't like dead kids, and I'm like, Pam, it's not the time to get angry, and then just blocked her.
Oh, Pam.
Social media.
I love
was
that
a
her name was
mistake.
Pam. Honestly, it really was.
It really was, and you know what? Ultimately, like, I won't say I was proud of how I responded either. Like, it wasn't obviously top tier, but like, ultimately, the I wasn't even arguing about who was right and who was wrong. I don't want kids to die. They are innocent in any adult conflict. Sorry. Even if that kid was holding a gun, the kid is a child. It is disgusting and sad that is where it comes to. For her not to be able to say she doesn't like dead kids bothered me on some deep emotional level, because it's not really a hard stance to take.
Right.
So yeah, that's the reason why I just kept pushing.
It's like, saying, I hate Hitler. Nowadays that's people.
It's just weird because
Fucking
it's like,
Kanye.
and yeah, well, I mean, yeah. But it's just
Where did we go? What happened?
Listen,
I'm wrapping it back.
on this
around.
podcast we hit everything. Oh, okay, he's bringing it back. He's bringing it back. Oh yeah.
That, like, that's what she's there for. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, it's I didn't go looking for Pam. Pam was looking for fights. I just happened to step up to the plate. Because, like, I wasn't posting anything like that. She responded to a post she didn't like with a statement of, how dare you? And I'm going to call you out for actively not liking, or actively not condemning the death of children. Plain and simple. I wasn't condemning either side. Like, I have no interest in getting to the political statements of each side at this point. I hold one to a higher standard because it's a country. That's all I'll say about that. But it's an easy statement to make. It's the easiest statement to make. I've seen enough dead children. And to go out looking for a fight, alright, I gave it to her. Like, because that's what, and this is what bothers me about the internet, and I think you can see it now because Twitter, now when it's up, whatever, X, whatever you want to call it. Reddit's always been this way, but like they got bored, right? When it became an echo chamber, more so, anyways. They got bored and had to go to Threads, and now they're entering Blue Sky. Although the atomic block button, fucking Jesus, that wipes shit out. Like I've never seen a block button so strong. But it's just weird. Like I don't go out of my way. I may have at one time, but I don't go out of my way to pick fights on the internet. But if they show up, I'll fight. And I'll be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's happened before. I've made an ass out of myself. Apologize to the person because that's what you do. But it's just a very weird thing where it was like it's the second time I've seen that. The first time I'm sure the guy regrets the fight as much as I did, but it was a bad communication more than anything. But yeah, just what a weird thing the internet is. Like even this podcast, like I don't think any of us are looking to pick fights on the internet with what we say about fucking video games. But if you said some of this shit on Twitter, they'd find you.
They have a particular set of skills.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's whining about video games.
Hey, that's our specific set of skills too.
No, I meant woke DEI.
I will
find
find
video
you.
Games. Sorry,
yeah.
Specific. I should have been more specific.
Well, I was going to say, sometimes I be wanting to pick a fight, but it just depends on the person. And it depends on my mood, honestly. And it's more of a Twix thing, I think. I go over there to pick fights because that's where the pickable people are. So
I don't know.
You said pickle people are. I was like, what?
Like, you know what I mean? the pickled people.
The pickled people
certainly are sour. No.
They are. Oh.
You got fucking dad jokes and you're not even a dad? What are you doing?
He's practicing. Let him cook now.
Anyway, Wiener is gone.
Oh no!
Greatness.
That was the crazy transition right there.
Sometimes you gotta take a left turn at Albuquerque. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes. That was good. Oh,
anyway, if you want to message us on there, don't pick fights. But if you want to message us on any of the sites, it's ZTGD Radio on Twitter and Blue Sky. If you want to send emails, it's podcast@ztgd.com. And that's it. That's what I got for this week. Looking forward to seeing some Switch 2 this week.
What are you playing? There's a question you can answer. Like, if it's one of the big games, but if it's something you, like, I don't know, still tell us what you think. But, like, if you're playing something we haven't talked about, gotta let us know. That's how we find out about other video
there's
games.
only 6,000 releases every week. I can't possibly find them all.
Like, y'all gotta be feelers out there. Feeling things.
I think that's what they come here for, is to hear about the games.
Feeling things.
Well, I mean, look, I can only do so much in a day. I'm only a person. There's only so much Assassin's Creed I can fit in between work and sleep.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't be such a pickle person.
I can't help it.
Anyway, that's it.
Oh,
Unless anybody has
vinegar.
anything else, we'll get out of here.
Vinegar? Pickles? Alright, never mind.
Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.